For airline travelers who have stood in security lines for hours, including this woman in Baltimore.
This government is not supporting its people and not doing the right thing. And I don't know if something like this will be any more of a trigger for people, but I just hope that changes are made and just hoping for better in the future.
President Trump signed an executive order yesterday requiring DHS to pay TSA after House Republicans rejected a Senate bill that would have paid them and funded DHS except for ICE and Border Patrol. Senator John Fetterman reacting to the continued DHS funding stalemate.
This has to end. We have a core responsibility to keep our government open and find a way to work together.
Congress is recessed for spring break, so the problem may not get solved for at least 2 weeks. More than 3,000 No Kings rallies are taking place across the U.S. today, including this one in D.C. to protest Trump's policies. And Robert De Niro spoke at the rally in New York City.
The concept of No Kings is a great rallying cry and hugely successful as millions of us have answered the call.
Major crowds have gathered in cities including New York, L.A., and Washington, D.C. Organizers calling this one of the largest single-day protest movements in U.S. history. And a humpback whale that was freed after becoming stuck for several days in shallow water off the coast of Germany got stranded again today after failing to find its way back to the Atlantic Ocean. And the complicated, delicate efforts to rescue that whale involved an excavator that had to dig a channel for the whale to escape. No word if another attempt will be mounted. America's listening to Fox News.
Now, your official weather forecast.
Tonight will be partly cloudy with a low of 41. Tomorrow, expect a breezy and warmer day with a mix of clouds and sun, reaching a high of 63. Tomorrow night will be mostly cloudy with a low of 50. On Monday, temperatures will be near the record high of 79 from 1998, with a blend of clouds and sunshine and a high of 75. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina on AM 560, The Answer.
Get the latest weather, traffic, and news updates online at 560theanswer.com.
Savvy Infosystems Incorporated in Schaumburg, Illinois, seeks software developers to gather, analyze, review, design, write code, document, customize, maintain, test, and modify software and computer applications using technologies such as Java, J2EE, Golang, Apigee, Appian, Python, MuleSoft, Snowflake, DataCap, Kofax, IBM FileNet, SharePoint, VBNet, SAP, Oracle Apps, Salesforce, DataStage, Guidewire, Pega, Big Data, Hadoop, HANA, PLSQL, DB2, Oracle, SQL Server, QTP, LoadWinRunner, Selenium, Obi, Cognos, Informatica, Ab Initio, PeopleSoft, SAS, and other technologies. Develop data migration tools and processes for new and existing systems and set up test environment. Requires a master's or bachelor's or foreign equivalent in computer science application engineering, electrical engineering, any engineering, information technology and systems, or any related field, and 0 to 5 years of progressive experience in the related field. Salary ranges from $108,077 per year to $153,317 per year. Mail resume to Savvy Infosystems Incorporated, 120 West Gulf Road, Suite 200, Schaumburg, Illinois 60195. Refer to job number Savvy 2026.
Platform safety is so important in your industrial facility. You need to keep personnel safe and meet OSHA requirements. Experience one problem with your platforms, and you could be facing costly fines or worse. Vans Industrial helps you meet OSHA standards to keep your employees safe.
Hi, I'm Dave Van Camp, president of Vans Industrial. As a metal fabricator, I know the importance of keeping your workplace safe. Vans Industrial is a specialty contractor, uniquely equipped to design, fabricate, and install safety equipment including steel catwalks, handrails, stairways, and ladders. Our team of union building trades mechanics can inspect existing systems, engineer solutions, fabricate quality steel products, and install it all, creating a safer workplace environment.
Call 833-VANS-IND for a free inspection of your building. See what else they can do for you. Visit vansindustrial.com. That's VANS Industrial.com. Quality craftsmanship since 1964.
Portions of the following show may be pre-recorded.
AM 560, The Answer. Prepare to have your mind opened. The lies of the mainstream media are about to be exposed.
and the hypocrisy of the left is about to be revealed. This is a revolution in how you think about politics, race, and culture. You've tuned into Black and Right with John Anthony.
I'm coming in hot.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. This is 560 AM, The Answer, 92.7 FM, and 1400 Detroit. Well, as you can see already, I'm not John Anthony. Today, we have a special show. Today, we got Chicago Flips Red in the house. Today, we got Afro Elite in the house. And today, we're going to challenge our audience, in particular, our Republican audience. We're going to challenge you all to take your mind higher. To take your mind higher. It's going to require that in order for Chicago, in order for Illinois, in order for Cook County to get out of this mess that we're in, it's going to require that we go higher. We got to take our mind higher in politics, higher in social issues, higher. That's what needs to happen because it's too much of the nonsense that America is falling for right now. Too much nonsense has been allowed to disrupt our government. Too much nonsense has been allowed to stop our president from doing the very thing that the people of this country voted him in to do. So we're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about how to elevate your mind. So that we can get the job done. Last week, John Anthony, and we want to shout him out, and that he has a good time today with his daughters and that they have a good time today. He had a show last week, and it caught my attention with with the guest that he had, a man named Dennis. And they were talking about the political strategies of Illinois, and particularly downstate Illinois. And he made the comment to some of the callers, and particularly the ones that were from downstate, and they were talking about how they basically didn't have to have Cook County to win. They didn't have to have Chicago voters in order to win. Well, we're going to talk about that today, and we're going to give you an opportunity to explain to us exactly how that's going to happen. Because the guest last week, and I believe his name was Dennis, and I hope he calls in and joins the conversation today. He asked the downstate callers when they were talking about how they didn't need Cook County, they didn't need Chicago to win. He asked them, he says, your strategy it's not working, my friend. And that's what I want to say to the downstate Republicans. Your strategy, it's not working, my friend. For you to think that you're going to win, especially a governor election, and not take Cook County, and not take Chicago. We want serious politicians running. We want people that's running that intend to win. Illinois needs a win. J.B. Pritzker has to go. He has to go. We have to get our city prepared to get Brandon Johnson out of here. So we're going to take you a little higher. We're going to elevate your mind. You're listening to the wrong things. You're listening to the wrong JB, in fact. You're around here listening to JB Pritzker when you need to be listening to the real JB so he can tell you what to do with your mind. So we're going to help you get your mind right. We're going to take you from listening to a fake JB that would tell you something as idiotic as what he said in one of his speeches when he was running. The mere fact that he has people that would vote for him, with him saying ridiculous things, and them saying things, listening to him say things like this.
Our economy is great. We don't have inflation.
People are happy. People are wealthy.
They say costs are up. No, costs are down.
You must be in la-la land.
All the prices have gone up.
Average guy can't afford to do anything.
People are getting squeezed, and no one should pretend otherwise. In Illinois, we're working to lower costs, eliminating the state tax on groceries, lowering the cost of prescription drugs, and cutting taxes on working families.
JB understands what we're going through.
And JB's doing something about it.
JB is doing something about it. That's your problem. You're listening to the wrong JB. You need to listen to the right JB. The JB that's going to tell you how you got to take it higher.
Oh, how you feel, brother? Feeling good. You feel good? Feeling good. Ain't so much bone, brother. How you feel, man? I feel all right. I call your name. I don't want no people to know you're in here. How you feel, fella? Hey, Jam! Sure getting down. Look at him. Ha. We're gonna have a funky good time. We're gonna have a funky good time.
That's right.
We're gonna have a funky good time. We're gonna have a funky good time. Let's take 'em up, Fred. We gotta take you high.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Come on, Republicans. We need to take you higher. Come on, you got to elevate your mind. Come on, y'all.
We gotta take you high.
That's the issue. Today, Chicago flips red. And Afro Elite, that's what's going to happen today. We're going to take you higher. We're going to take you higher in your thinking. When you call in today, and we welcome in the call-ins, when you call in today, we want to know how you can help us take this thing higher. We have to win. J.B. Pritzker is breaking this state. He's breaking this state. Just like Tony Preckwinkle is breaking this county. We do not believe at all that she got 400,000 votes. Just like Brandon Johnson is breaking this city. We're going to take you higher today. We're going to take you higher today. Do you believe that we can do that? Do you believe Zoe Lee, founder of Chicago Flips Red, do you believe that we can take the Republican Party's mindset higher today? Can we do that?
Yeah. If they will let us lead, because they have not done anything for a very long time. So yes, it's all hands on deck, but let us lead. You need us, and they need to understand that. You need us. And for some reason, they're trying to go around that. Mm-hmm. And then the more that they do that, the more these useless, nonsense, no kings rallies that's happening against the commander-in-chief, while we had our press conference to counter that, and they now show up. Everybody needs to show up. If you can't show up, I understand, but it should be 20,000 people watching us. It should be 40,000 people watching us. Every time that they do a No Kings, they're about to come up with a May Day coming up. They're going to take our kids out of school again. For May 1st, May Day, we need to have another press conference. And it needs to be thousands of people. If you want to flip this state red, if you have to get Chicago. So I don't understand what part of that don't you understand. And if you don't want to get Chicago, then that just then you don't want change. You don't want change. You don't want change. Danny, we got to take them higher today. They don't seem to get it. Do you know how we can take them higher today? Do you think that Chicago Flips Red can reach this audience today and take them higher in their thinking today? Do you believe that we can do that today, Danny?
Yes, and I agree with Zoe 100%. It's no way that they should have those No King protests and we don't have an All-American protest. It's no way. It's more of us than it is them. It's all the Americans out here. And you mean to tell me, and I don't want to hear that you're working because it's Saturday. So you mean to tell me don't no Americans want to show up and go against this? Can you imagine if they had a No Kings protest and then the counter protest is an American protest and all Americans rise up who know that this don't make no sense, who know that what the Democratic Party is doing to destroy our city, Chicago, because you definitely need Chicago. So could you imagine if we all just came back and countered that protest and showed them every time you do it, we're going to even get bigger and bigger and bigger. Can you? And the media will have to show up, and it will show Americans strong. But We are just counting down and not doing anything. And that's why us being silent, that's why they're doing what they're doing. Because we've been silent too long, Republicans, conservatives, Americans.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And when we come back, we're going to let the youngin' Afro Elite tell you if we're going to take you higher today. This is not a choice. This is a mandate. This has to happen in order for us to get Prisoner out. And I don't think that you all understand how serious this is unless you all are not serious about winning. Because that can be an issue. That could be an option, a possibility. They're not serious about winning. We're going to find that out when we come back.
Make sure that you never miss a day of Sean Thompson when you subscribe to the Sean Thompson Show podcast, presented by the Alpha Wealth Group. Listen to the entire show each day on demand with limited commercial breaks. You can subscribe today for free at 560theanswer.com and click on podcasts, or search for The Sean Thompson Show on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Mike Lindell and the MyPillow employees want to thank you for your great support this past year. They want to make 2026 the best year ever. So to thank you, they are giving you free shipping on your entire order and wholesale pricing. So they are bringing back the mega sale. For example, the classic MyPillows, regularly $49.98, now only $14.98. Turn any mattress into the best mattress ever with the made in the USA MyPillow My Mattress Topper and save up to $100. Get a set of MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets for as low as $29.98, or the 6-pack towel set for only $34.98. To get the best specials ever, go to MyPillow.com and use promo code LIBERTY, or call 800-489-0201 and use promo code LIBERTY. These offers won't last long, so call 800-489-0201 or go to MyPillow.com and use promo code LIBERTY. Order now and your entire order ships absolutely free.
Hey AM 560 listeners, Jeff checking in again from JeffBuysYourHouse.com. What I learned serving our great nation in the military is that every mission is unique and success starts with listening. For nearly 20 years, our veteran-led house buying team has taken the time to understand what matters most to each homeowner we serve. Every home has a story, and every seller has different needs. Whether you want a quick closing or need extra time to find your next place, we customize our approach around what works best for you. That's how we've earned hundreds of 5-star Google reviews and an A+ rating with the BBB, by putting relationships first. No repairs needed, no cleanout required, and you pick the closing date that works best for your schedule. At JeffBuysYourHouse.com, we're here to help you through the entire transition, not just the transaction. Are you ready to work with a local team that takes the time to understand your home selling needs? Sell your house to the trusted source by calling us today at 630-895-9530. That's 630-895-9530 or JeffBuysYourHouse.com.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
It's tax season, and by now, I know you're a bit tired of the numbers, but here's an important one you need to hear. $16 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud. Not all grim news. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second for your personal information and alerts you to threats that you could easily miss on your own. If your identity is stolen, LifeLock's U.S.-based restoration specialist is going to fix it. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK, 1-800-LifeLock or lifelock.com. Terms to apply.
Black and Right continues. Once again, here's John Anthony.
And once again, we're back, and we're ready. We got some calls that's already on hold, and we're ready to challenge the Republicans. Where are you? We're ready to challenge you. We're ready for you to take us higher. We just got ready now for our next opening statement from Afro Elite. We want Afro Elite to tell us, do you think that we can take the Republican Party's mind higher today. Can it be done, Afro Elite?
It can be done. It can. It's going to have to. It's going to have to, or they're not going to win anything. The fact, honestly, that they're trying to overlook or bypass Chicago shows two things to me. It shows two things. Best case scenario, they're very immature and arrogant and too prideful to acknowledge the fact that they need to do something for Chicago and come to Chicago and actually have a real talk with the people. That's number one. Or number two, they're really not serious about winning anyway. All right. I looked up this statistics a while ago. A third of the state stays in Chicago, in the Chicagoland area. I don't know who thinks that they can win a campaign of a state and miss out on a third of it. That doesn't make any logical sense. So, in my opinion, it seems as if people are trying to just raise their profiles. All right? They're trying to raise their profiles. They know they're not going to win. And then next thing you know, they're going to have a book sale or something like that, or they're going to do something like that. But I don't see how anybody is running a serious campaign and is going to overlook a third. And Chicago's one of the biggest cities in America, period. So I don't understand that. That doesn't make sense. So we have to raise people's awareness up.
Yeah, we have to elevate their mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, go ahead, Zoe.
I want to let. They always. I'm a capitalist. I love being a capitalist. I'm a generous capitalist. That was two different things. But they always talk about capitalism, millionaires, billionaires. But they do exactly just for their profile, whatever, and then go do a tour or a book thing. What is that?
What is that?
Bernie Sanders.
What is that? Bernie Sanders.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. You
Elizabeth
have no
Warren.
intention to win. Is this what we're going through with the Republican Party? Because we got a straight knucklehead for a mayor. You're telling me that the Republicans shouldn't be getting ready to deal with this mayor. I'm going to play this clip to give the audience an example of what it is that we're dealing with in the city of Chicago in terms of leadership. And I want to know right now from the Republican Party, you're telling me you can't find a person that can take Brandon Johnson's place? That's bad. This is what we have to look forward to for the leader of our city.
Could you speak to your views on the new DHS secretary, and are you planning on doing any outreach regarding ICE presence in Chicago?
Well, we don't want ICE in Chicago. 95% of the individuals detained here had no criminal past. So the real question is, what is this really about? The President of the United States of America is using his office to administer retribution against individuals who did not vote for him. And the city of Chicago has spoken overwhelmingly. We do not want ICE or our cities occupied by rogue federal agents who are operating outside of the bounds of the Constitution. It's an affront to who we are as a nation. It doesn't matter who he appoints, because his ultimate accountability is to the ultra-rich that received the largest tax break in the history of this country at the expense of food, education, housing, transportation, and healthcare. This president is not interested in governing this country. He is more interested in lining the pockets of the ultra-rich and these big corporations that are making a killing at the expense of everyday working people. And in the city of Chicago, we will not put up with it.
Now, did you hear that? And you gonna tell me
why he not locked up right now?
The question is, why is he not locked up right now?
Or in a body bag.
You know, so we have a caller on the line. He goes by the Chicago Conservative. His name is Fashawn, and he did one of the best commentaries that I saw from that clip with that abolished ICE truck in the back of Brandon Johnson when he made that speech. I'm going to bring him up so that he can talk about what was his motivation to make his commentary about that and to let him explain how he feels about it. Come on with it, Bashan. Are you there?
Hello, can you guys hear me?
We hear you.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. How's it going?
Hey.
Hey, it's going good.
Hey, first thing I just want to do is shout out Chicago Flips Bread. I actually had used a clip today for a commentary because it actually relates to what we just heard. Because simultaneously on this same day, when he was making this stupid speech about trying to abolish ICE when there's, well, first let's just get the obvious out of the way. There's no snow on the ground. So what snow are we plowing? So it's just idiocy that's coming from this mayor over and over again. And this is clearly being paid from the taxpayer dollar. Brandon Johnson isn't using this out of his own pocket. So it's absolutely disgraceful. And the same day that he made this horrible speech, a team takeover happened downtown Chicago. So what is he prioritizing besides the things that the people of Chicago really want him to fix? He wants to virtue signal. He wants to always bash Trump. How can you blame Trump for our education system failing? That would be the Chicago Teachers Union that you need to be holding accountable. You need to be holding the people who actually got you into office. So I don't know how he's blaming Trump about Chicago not being safe when he always threatens Trump about how he's going to hold ICE agents accountable, which is the most ridiculous statement I ever heard in my life, because clearly the mayor has never heard about supremacy clause that gives the federal government power over, you know, things that is going on within our country. If the federal government has to get involved, they will override the state, the city, local, officials and things like that. You cannot override federal government, and that's what supremacy clause ultimately means. But Brandon Johnson always used key words like the entity of Chicago is going to stop Donald Trump. What? I don't even know what that means, but we can ask him at the next City Hall meeting.
And we will ask him at the next City Hall meeting exactly what does that mean, because we're tired of hearing this type of rhetoric. We're tired of it. We're tired of waking up to this type of rhetoric every day. Thank you for calling in, Fashawn. Thank you with your good commentary that you have on your Chicago conservative station, and keep up the good work. And hopefully us and Chicago Flips Red together, we'll maybe do another panel and awaken the people's minds a little bit more. How does that sound?
That sounds amazing. You guys already know I'm here for the fight. They're trying to cheat when it comes to voting. Everyone knows that 27 out of 50 states in America don't require a photo ID to vote. All 27 of those states are Democrats, so I'm not surprised. And I remember earlier in the show, Zoe said something very, very important. Yes, we do have to get rid of Brandon Johnson, but we can't make the same mistake that we made with Lori Lightfoot in regards to Brandon Johnson, because he ultimately replaced her. So she was bad. We replaced her with someone who's even worse. So, yes, we have to vote him out, but we can't replace him with someone who's more competent.
And that speaks to the topic of our show today, the fact that the Chicago voters went from a Lori Lightfoot to a Brandon Johnson. It proves that there was no elevation of the mind. We're saying we got to elevate our minds politically in order to pull this off, in order to change this Democratic machine, in order to stop oiling it, in order to get it and collapse, make a complete collapse of it. It requires that we elevate our minds. We got Craig on the line. And so have a good one, Fashawn, and we'll be in touch. Craig, you can come on in now. How are you?
Hi, Jessica. I'm doing well.
Good. Can you take us higher, Craig?
Yeah, I was going to mention, I don't have any problem talking to my friends and people that I cross paths with, and I have the opportunity to kind of get like a little conversation going. And what it amounts to is making people aware when they're not all aware of just how demonic Pritzker is, and the Democrat Party in general. But I explained to them, here's what's going on. You've got a party in Pritzker. He's a real like loyal soldier to the devil, with basically doing all kinds of things that they can destroy America, destroy Americans, destroy babies. So here's the kind of things Pritzker does. He wants to have that where everyone can come there and kill their babies in Illinois. He wants to have it where you can come there and commit crimes and there's no prosecution, or if you get caught or something like that, turn you right back out.
You're right. Wait, hold the line, Craig, because we want you back.
Your home is a valuable asset, and you want to take care of your home. From roofs, siding, windows, and doors to furnaces, flooring, landscaping, and much more. Listen to your go-to for all things home. It's Home Answers Radio every Sunday morning at 9. Sponsored in part by JeffBuysYourHouse.com and by Center Guard Plumbing. Get answers from industry experts so you can make informed decisions about your home improvement. Right here on AM 560, The Answer.
Roger Stern. Across the nation, marchers are taking part in No Kings protests. In New York, actor Robert De Niro says that when protesters shout No Kings, they mean no Trump.
There have been other presidents who have tested the constitutional limits of their power, but none have been such an existential threat to our freedoms and security. None, except Trump.
Another weekend of long lines at airports as TSA workers have yet to see the back pay ordered for them by President Trump. Fox's Madeline Rivera at Baltimore's airport.
30,000 passengers that are probably going to travel today. That's according to an airport official. So these are all the factors that are coming together right now.
Congress stalemated on TSA funding. America is listening to Fox News.
The price of gold is surging to new highs. It's already topped $5,000 an ounce. The only question is, how much money will you make when gold hits $6,000 an ounce? Investors like you have made small fortunes off the run-up in precious metals, and not just with gold stocks or ETFs. Many have taken advantage of a little-known gold investment officially released by the U.S. government. Now you can too, when you get our free special report from veteran trader and investor Jim Woods. It's called Gold Wealth Boosters. This new report outlines amazing gold investments that have returned 12 to 26 times more than investing in gold bullion itself. Given the uncertainty in world markets, the investments outlined in Jim Woods' Gold Wealth Boosters report are crucial in 2026, and it's free. To get your free Gold Wealth Boosters report, log on to EagleGoldReport.com. EagleGoldReport.com. That's EagleGoldReport.com.
You know, life moves fast. Staying sharp, focused, and clear-headed isn't always easy. That's why the same company that brings you Relief Factor has developed something brand new, Think Factor. Think Factor is made to help you think clearer and perform better daily. It's a powerful blend of nutrients that unlocks mental clarity and precision, nurtures your memory, boosts your attention. With Think Factor, brain power and performance finally meet for lasting daily results. Supercharge your memory, mental sharpness. Your brain is your most valuable asset, powering your creativity, focus, and daily performance. If you're feeling mentally foggy, give it a try. After a couple of weeks of taking Think Factor, it was a game changer for me. Look, the longer you take Think Factor, the better it works for you. If you've ever thought you want to be more clear, more focused, call 800-4RELIEF. 800, the number 4RELIEF, or visit ReliefFactor.com to learn more and order Think Factor. Your first bottle is just $19.95. Think Factor. Think clearer, perform better daily. Call 800-4RELIEF or visit ReliefFactor.com for Think Factor.
A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through. At Best Dental Group, doctors Economos, Gave Alice, and their staff are ready to help you create that perfect look or maintain the one you have now. Along with general dentistry, Best Dental Group is a multidiscipline practice with an orthodontist, periodontist, and prosthetic specialists on site. They use the newest breakthroughs in dental technology such as titanium implants, Invisalign clear braces, and laser treatments. Don't let fear get in the way. They can recommend sedation to make your experience as comfortable as possible. Best Dental Group is located in historic downtown Bartlett and is a multilingual office. Call 630-830-4930, 630-830-4930, or visit bestdental.org. Best Dental Group, sharing your conservative values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
Feel like you're trying to push a boulder uphill wearing skates? If you run or manage a local business today, you're challenged like never before. We get it, and we want to help. We're Salem Surround. We're a full-service marketing agency that'll help you increase your customer base by designing incredibly effective plans to reach your consumers day, night, and everywhere they might be.
Salem Surround. Meet with a digital marketer today for ideas that will make your business stand out. Visit salemsurround.com.
If you're near retirement or thinking about retiring, you probably have a lot of questions. How do you make your savings last? How much should you take out and when? You're ready for retirement, but are your finances? I'm Edward Jones financial advisor, Nolan Webster. Let's work together to make sure your finances meet your unique needs over the long haul. You've done what it takes to get there. Now it's time to make the most of retirement. Call me at 224-801-6107 to schedule an appointment. That's 224-801-6107. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
It's the show the mainstream media doesn't want you to know about. It's Black and Right with John Anthony.
Okay, Craig. All right, Craig, we're going to let you finish up your statement because you were on a roll about Governor Pritzker. Go ahead, finish your comment, Craig.
Hey, thank you very much, Jessica, because you're exactly right. It means so much to me to try to take and beat these people and do this. That's why I got one more point about Pritzker, and then I'm going to give you an analogy on what we have to do. But so the other way that Pritzker demonstrates how much he hates Americans and hates justice and is basically hurting us, and that is with his attack against the Second Amendment. Because what he does is he does two things at the same time, where he empowers the illegal alien and criminal and puts them out there to take and make Illinois so unsafe for law-abiding Americans to be getting killed and raped and burnt and every kind of thing, beat up and stolen and robbed. Okay, what he does at the same time, he fights tooth and nail to disarm law-abiding American citizens. People like me, I'm old. I'm 7 decades of that. I want to be able to carry self-protection and stuff like that. I want to protect my family. He makes it so difficult for everything to take him for us to protect. Okay, so then now what I want to shift gears to is why it's so hard for us to take and beat Pritzker or any of these Democrats. I mean, now Trump was onto it. That's how he got back in the White House. He knew you got to make it too big to rig. And here's the analogy: you got a bucket. You're trying to fill it. You got to fill this bucket to the top to take and get just past 50% to win. The problem when they cheat with these machines, your bucket's got a hole in it. We have to take and pour way more into that bucket to overcome that cheating. So we're dealing with a bucket with a hole in it if they're going to use those machines, and that means that we have to get a lot more votes. We probably have enough votes if they didn't cheat to take and win, but they're going to cheat. So we got to get out and vote.
Well, you're absolutely right, Craig. They're going to cheat. They've been cheating. And one thing that you're definitely right about is how J.B. Pritzker plays both sides. And that's the reason why we're going to take him down. He is not going to run for governor again. You're absolutely right. One thing that we know for sure that he's running is this real estate scam in Illinois, this real estate scam in Chicago. I know that for a fact with my property. I know for a fact that one of the responsibilities of the governor is to appoint the public administrators.
I heard you explain what you went through with the real estate.
And that's exactly correct. And that's exactly correct. This thing with the real estate. The fact that J.B. Pritzker is appointing public administrators who are knowingly falsifying records and putting them in court records in order to take our property, especially on the south side of Chicago and probably the west side too. And at the same time, when I come out my front door, I have to see J.B. Pritzker signs down in my grass, all up and down Stony Island, all through South Shore, when at the same time, that same J.B. Pritzker is assigning public administrators that are knowingly stealing our property. We're going to get further into that. Thank you for your call, Craig. And you keep on with the fight. And we're going to go on to our next segment where we're going to let Afro Elite jump in for a minute. What you got to say to this, Afro Elite?
I got to say, as far as what he said about J.B. Pritzker, he's 100% correct. J.B. Pritzker needs to go 100%. He's tearing up the state. He's ruining people's property. He's doing this and this making people leave the city, all right, at rapid numbers. In the last 5 years, we've had mass exodus of actual citizens with a mass immigration of illegal immigrants. All right. And J.B. Pritzker and Brandon Johnson and the whole crew, they're all working together as a crime boss. To be honest, J.B. Pritzker kind of looks like a crime boss. And I'm not
and he moves like a crime boss.
But he is. And we have to take this situation very seriously. This is really the life or death of Chicago.
It literally is. It really, literally is the life and death of Chicago. Does he have that clip ready for you, Zoe? It's ready. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get to this clip, and Zoe, get it ready for what it is that you want people to know about.
It covers you on the African-American thing. Of all the African-Americans I can think that are sort of like qualified and vetted, and people will say, oh, that's a pretty good pick. The one that is least offensive and
least offensive.
Vetted.
So y'all just keep voting him in. Now y'all love Jesse White. Y'all love Jesse White. Tumbling Jesse White. Since he did that, because that's the FBI wiretap that he was talking to Rob B about Obama's Senate chair. Just want y'all to understand that. But he came out, of course, did a press conference. You had no good Walter Burnett there, all them there. And he apologized. Y'all gave him another term. Y'all gave him another term. Because he gave Jesse White a building. He named another building after him. How many buildings we gonna have for Jesse White? Jesse White was stealing deeds too. Jesse White was stealing deeds too. So I'm just saying, y'all gonna do a third term of this, or we gonna get the feds involved?
We got to do something.
We got to do something.
We can't let Chicago go to the dogs like this. People have worked hard to make us have a great city. We're going to take them higher. We're going to take them higher, Danny, when we come back.
Your beloved dog and a stranger are both drowning. You can only save one. Who do you save? Every time Dennis Prager asks that question, his audience splits three ways. 1/3 chooses the dog, 1/3 chooses the stranger, and 1/3 aren't sure. Why? Because we live in an age where increasingly feelings define right and wrong. But if morality is based on emotion, then murder, rape, and theft are just opinions. And if people feel justified, why is rioting or destruction wrong at all? In his new book, If There Is No God, Dennis Prager explains why civilizations cannot survive without objective morality and why Judeo-Christian values shape the moral foundations of the free world.
If you claim that certain things are good, certain things are evil, independent of how you feel about it, you are in effect affirming God.
If There Is No God by Dennis Prager, available now at pragerstore.com. That's pragerstore.com.
This is Sean Thompson. One of the things I remember about spring is listening to my grandfather walk around and say, opening day, it's just around the corner. He used to think those were the two sweetest words you could say during springtime because he was a big baseball fan. And for most people, that's the case. It's one of the greatest American traditions each spring. But there's another great American tradition that isn't far off, and that's called Tax Day. Well, opening day and Tax Day show up around the same time each year. We don't look at them in the same way. Well, you're optimistic about your favorite team. When's the last time you felt optimistic about stroking a big check to Uncle Sam? It doesn't have to be that way, and all you have to do is call Tom Fortino, the people at Alpha Wealth Group, who believe that baseball is a seasonal game, but tax planning goes on year-round. So if you don't want to write a big check in your retirement, and you don't want to have your Social Security or Medicare premiums affected by it, call Tom Fortino and the people at Alpha Wealth Group for their complimentary retirement roadmap. Call them at 630-864-6711. That number again is 630-864-6711 or online at alphawealthgroup.com.
I'm attorney Stephen Leahy. If you're a business owner with unfiled tax returns, tax season is not your friend. This is when the IRS turns up the heat. They match 1099s. They review payroll filings. They compare bank deposits. And when returns are missing, they don't send you a warning. They take action. Penalties stack up fast. Liens become public. Bank levies can drain your account. I see it every year. Good business owners who waited too long. Not because they're crooks, but because they were overwhelmed. Let me be clear. Hiding makes it worse. Action makes it fixable. I help business owners get compliant, file what's missing, and negotiate from a position of strength, not fear. Don't wait for the next certified letter. Don't wait for a levy. Go to fightbacknow.com and sign up for my daily email. I'll tell you exactly what to do next, step by step. Or call me right now at 312-664 6649. Act now before the IRS acts first.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony.
All right, we're back. Before we go to Danny, because she's going to take it to you, we're going to get Brian. Brian's been on hold, and he says some Republicans are just waiting Trump out. Let's hear from you, Brian.
Yes, good afternoon. Thanks for taking my call. Give me a minute. I'm going to try to hit y'all with some reality.
Wait a minute. First of all, in your reality, is it going to take us higher? Is it going to take the Republicans higher?
Hey, don't reality always take you higher?
Okay, all right. Come on. Take us higher. Go ahead.
Ever since 2016, Donald Trump came down the escalator and literally knocked the Republican establishment on their butt and went on and took care of the Democrats. Both establishments never forgave him for that. They done tried to get rid of him every way. And you're talking about your bucket. Didn't we fill up the bucket in 2024 and won every battleground state and won the election?
Yes, we did, Brian.
You know what the left did? They took that bucket and said to hell with it and threw it in the lake. What's happening with the Republican Party? A lot of them ain't really with, and I don't want to hurt your feelings, a lot of them ain't really with this MAGA movement. They ain't enjoying this diversity that the MAGA movement is bringing. So
come on, Brian.
If they was really together, all hell would have already broken out in the streets. They would have literally went to these streets and snatched young immigrants out of the country they damn self, because they voted and did everything.
Come on.
You would have troops on the streets. They would have been dealing with one of us, because we got troops going to Iraq, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something. Iraq, illegal immigration is doing more damage to this damn country than any Iraqi bomb ever could do. I'm just letting you know. We're not dealing with reality. A lot of people, they're not going to tell you in your face, they're not with this diversity. And they're willing to let the country go to hell just to get rid of Trump. Because I'm looking at people standing in line for 6 hours at the airport, and they're willing to do it. There was a time people would have said, wait a minute, get my damn people hell, else ain't nobody go work. What happened if I don't eat, ain't no damn body eating? Y'all too young for that, huh?
No, I'm 63, so no, not at all. But I hear you, Brian, and you 100%.
You know, they're not really with
they're
y'all.
not being serious.
They're not being honest.
Right, they're not being serious, and this is where it's getting thick with Chicago and Cook County, because we're not.
Did I raise your reality up?
Okay, go ahead.
No, did that help raise your reality?
Oh, yes, it did, because you came on with it, because you made a very, very valid point, and that is that the Republicans, it appears that they don't want to deal with the diversity that Donald Trump is bringing. I think you brought an excellent point.
Republicans is waiting him out.
It's racist.
No, you're right. I think it's across the country. You made a very valid point, and I appreciate that. And thank you for taking us higher. Thank you,
All right.
Danny. What you got to say to what Brian said?
He's absolutely right, because it's no reason that what Chicago Flips Red and other people have done in Chicago for the Republican Party or for the conservatives to come in and win. It's no way that we don't see Republicans in Chicago and in our communities. It's no way. The things that we have done, and like you keep saying, we made the ground fertile. So you would think that they would come in and take advantage of this with us.
Yes.
To make sure that they destroy the Democratic Party, period. For them not to do it and to think that they don't even need Chicago, that tells you something. And he's absolutely right. What is that? It's that racism? Are you a racist? What is it? Because I'm gonna let you know this, and I'm telling you this, and I keep saying that. We're not waiting for any one of them or anyone. We're going to do what we have to do for Chicago. And if they don't show up, oh, well, they won't win the election here. We'll put our own candidates in and take care of our community. But we're not waiting.
We still have time.
Yeah, we're not waiting for them. We're not going to look for them. It is what it is. But they can't. We already showed them that without us, Republicans didn't stand a chance like they didn't stand a chance without Donald Trump. So if you want to keep playing that game with Chicago and think you can just bypass Chicago and skip Chicago, keep playing that game. But you won't win another election. But we will.
We will.
We will.
We will.
Oh, we will.
We will. What, you got something to add to that, Afro Elite? I know you do.
I do.
Go ahead. Let it go.
First off,
Let it go.
shout out to that caller because he was 100% accurate with what he had to say. Okay. And that is the reality. And this is something that I've argued for a while, too, that there is a difference between the Republican Party and the average Republican voter. The Republican Party has had to adapt for the time because the voters want a certain thing. You know, Donald Trump has come in 2016 and pretty much took over, and the voters supported that. The Republican voters supported that. So the party begrudgingly had to get behind that. But all in all, they don't want to. Okay, so which is why you see times where they kind of lash out, you know, and they don't show support because they want to go back to the same old establishment that they were before Donald Trump ever got into politics. And right now they're kind of waiting him out. Like he said, they're waiting him out. And the problem is that the voters are not going back. Okay, now we can go forward, we can change and do better, but as far as going back to what we were before that is over with. So the party needs to learn, adapt, and change into something better. Otherwise, they're not going to win, period.
They're not going to win. They're not going to win. It's what Dennis said. Your strategy is not working, my friend.
It's not working.
The strategy is not working, my friend.
They're racist.
You got, and I don't know that we can say that, but I know that we can say that they're not being diversified, that they're not listening to what needs to happen now.
I'm unhoused.
Yeah, we'll talk about that when we get back. Governor Pritzker, how he's messed us up.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about this.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
It's tax season, and by now, I know you're a bit tired of the numbers, but here's an important one you need to hear. $16 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud. Not all grim news. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second for your personal information and alerts you to threats that you could easily miss on your own. If your identity is stolen, LifeLock's U.S.-based restoration specialist is going to fix it. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK, 1-800-LifeLock or lifelock.com. Terms to apply.
The following advertisement includes a celebrity impersonation.
The summer heat in Chicagoland is no joke. And if your old air conditioner is making funny noises, you may already know it's time for a new unit.
Look, your air conditioner, it's a disaster. People are telling me it's the worst ever.
Don't sweat it. Literally. When it comes to cooling your home, Air Right Heating and Cooling does it the best.
And they love our country. Beautiful people.
Rebates are still available. Financing is flexible. And at Air Right, installations are smooth and professional with no surprises.
It's beautiful. Some people say it's the coolest air anyone's ever felt. I don't know. That's just what they're saying. It's doing an incredible job. Really tremendous.
Plus, tell them AM 560 sent you and Air Right will give you $56 off any service. Visit Air Right Heating and Cooling today at AIR-RITE.com. Again, that's AIR-RITE.com. Air Right Heating and Cooling. Doing it right since 1959.
And now, more Black and Right with John Anthony.
All right, we're back. This is 560 AM, The Answer, 92.7 FM, and 1400 Detroit, Michigan. And we want to shout out to our listening audience, and we want you all to get involved. We're having a serious, very serious conversation today. We're letting everybody know it's no longer politics as usual in Chicago and Cook County and in the state of Illinois. We're looking to win. Chicago needs to win. We need a win. America needs a win. And we're not going to win if we keep carrying on the way that we're doing. So today we're talking about elevating your mind. It might be tight, but it's right. We're going to go on to our next call. Mima, she was here today with our rally. We're bringing you on now, Mima. What's going on?
Hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sorry to correct it, but I'd rather get it right now. It's Mima.
Oh, I'm sorry,
No
Mima.
problem.
Okay, shout out to you, Mima. Nothing wrong with making the correction. Go ahead.
Okay, it was an honor meeting you ladies. I've been wanting to meet you for a very long time and join you at the fight, because this is a fight. It's not a fight only against the Democrats. I mean, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can now. Yes.
Okay, the Democrat will have their stronghold. I mean, they have a machine. It's still there. It hasn't gone away since the Dailies. They've been around. So I'm old enough to remember the Dailies and all those people. We got to work on our own candidates. We can't just be, complaining about what these Democrats have been doing for so many years. What are we going to do now?
Right, that's the conversation today. We're talking about going higher.
Exactly.
You're absolutely right. We've
And
done
we
the
are.
complaining. We're done the complaining. Let me just say this, Mima. We've done the complaining. This is, matter of fact, right now this show is a complaining-free zone.
Solution.
We're only talking about solutions. We're talking about
We are gonna
taking
get the
people's
solutions because
minds higher. We know the problems here. We want to go higher.
Exactly. And you know what? I could talk to my family about the problem, and it's like they're blinded. I have a big family, and we have like 4 conservative Latinos in my family. We have African American in my family as well. I have nieces that are, a beautiful little girl, and that is my world. We want to leave a legacy. We don't want to leave problems with our home that we busted our butts to keep for a generation to come. Hopefully.
Well, that's what
I have a home that my taxes went up as well. I mentioned it to Ms. Carter, $1,200 out of nowhere. I have to raise the rent to my tenants. I had no other choice.
You're absolutely right. And this is what we're trying to make the people see. The type of tricks that Pritzker has done, while at the same time he's stealing our real estate. He's buying elections.
Oh, yeah.
He's doing all these things. It has to stop. So thank you for your call, Mima. And we're going to go to Mitchell and have a good day.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Bye, Mima.
Mitchell.
Bye, Mima.
We're ready for you now.
Hey, Jessica and company. First of all, great topics, but here's the bottom line.
Wait, before you give us the bottom line, are you going to take us higher?
Yes, of course I'm going to take
All right, I want to hear you say. I want to hear you say we're going to take you higher. I want to hear you say it.
I'm going to take you higher, Daddy-O.
All right, let's go. Let's go, Mitchell. Go ahead.
So my point being is that, the first front that we're fighting is that Pritzker, okay, you got to realize something. In the book Double Cross by Sam Giancana's brother, okay, the outfit, the Chicago outfit, this was written 35, 40 years ago. It's not longer. And they talk about the Pritzkers. The grandfather of Pritzker had a very close association with the Chicago outfit. How do you think they made all their money? Okay, it was in real estate.
It was in real estate. It was in real estate. Come on, Mitchell.
If you let me talk after the break, I'll give you a lot more.
I sure will,
Okay.
because we have to have this conversation about real estate. What's really happening with our real estate in Chicago and Cook County and Illinois, downstate? Get ready for it, because it's coming your way too. Come on.
What happens when a school is truly built around teenage girls? Their growth, their confidence, their faith, their future? You get bold young women who lead without hesitation, speak without fear, and discover exactly who they're meant to be. Rosary College Prep in Aurora is the only all-girls college prep high school in the western suburbs, and we've been doing this since 1962. We know how girls learn best. That's why our students thrive in STEM, the arts, and leadership at remarkable rates, even earning AP Platinum status from the College Board. At Rosary, your daughter won't just be educated. She'll be seen, challenged, and supported every single day. Girls here collaborate, inspire each other, and grow grounded in faith and driven by purpose. Come see it for yourself. Schedule a personal tour at rosaryprep.org. That's rosaryprep.org.
News, opinion, insight. This is AM 560, The Answer. WIND, Chicago. Streaming at 560theanswer.com on the AM 560 mobile app, or tell your smart speaker to play The Answer, Chicago.
Chanting No Kings. I'm Roger Stern, Fox News. Massive No Kings protests sweeping across the U.S. today. Millions taking part in more than 3,000 rallies nationwide. Actor Robert De Niro speaking to a press conference in New York City, explaining why these protests are important.
The concept of No Kings is a great rallying cry, and hugely successful as millions of us have answered the call.
While officials say the protests will largely be peaceful, pro- and anti-Trump protesters clashed in the march in Dallas. Congress waffling on DHS funding, the House refusing to pass the Senate's bill to fund the agency, and Congress is now on recess for 2 weeks. Fox's Madeline Rivera reporting from Baltimore's airport.
Overnight, the House passed a stopgap measure to fully fund DHS for 8 weeks, rejecting a bill that the Senate had unanimously passed just hours earlier to fund DHS, but not parts of ICE and CBP. House Speaker Mike Johnson was livid.
Chuck Schumer always plays political games. It is shameful, and he is shameless about it.
On Monday, the Senate holds a pro forma session where Johnson says Republicans will try to pass the House bill through unanimous consent, but it will likely go nowhere. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer saying a 60-day CR that locks in the status quo is dead on arrival in the Senate, and Republicans know it. We've been clear from day one. Democrats will fund critical Homeland Security functions, but we will not give a blank check to Trump's lawless and deadly immigration militia without reforms.
President Trump told Fox's Jackie Heinrich it isn't good to have a bill that won't fund ICE. He also signed an executive order to help pay TSA workers. America is listening to Fox News.
Now, your official weather forecast.
Tonight, expect partly cloudy skies with a low of 41. Moving into Sunday, it will be breezy and warmer with a mix of clouds and sun, reaching a high of 63. Sunday night will bring mostly cloudy conditions with a low of 50. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina on AM 560, The Answer.
Get the latest weather, traffic, and news updates online at 560theanswer.com.
The price of gold is surging to new highs. It's already topped $5,000 an ounce. The only question is, how much money will you make when gold hits $6,000 an ounce? Investors like you have made small fortunes off the run-up in precious metals, and not just with gold stocks or ETFs. Many have taken advantage of a little-known gold investment officially released by the U.S. government. Now you can too, when you get our free special report from veteran trader and investor Jim Woods. It's called Gold Wealth Boosters. This new report outlines amazing gold investments that have returned 12 to 26 times more than investing in gold bullion itself. Given the uncertainty in world markets, the investments outlined in Jim Woods' Gold Wealth Boosters report are crucial in 2026, and it's free. To get your free Gold Wealth Boosters report, log on to EagleGoldReport.com. EagleGoldReport.com. That's EagleGoldReport.com.
For 25 years, Applied Mechanical Sales has kept Chicago's commercial buildings warm and running smoothly. From schools and churches to high-rises and hotels, they provide the boilers, water heaters, and exhaust systems that contractors and engineers count on. Whether it's a replacement project or a new construction, Applied Mechanical helps you select the right equipment, standard or high efficiency, for your specific application. What sets them apart? They match the right Camas equipment to your building's exact needs, so it performs flawlessly through Chicago winters for the next 15 to 20 years. And they don't disappear after installation. Applied Mechanical ensures your systems run at peak efficiency year after year. Are you a degreed mechanical engineer looking to lead a growing sales team? They'd love to talk to you. Schedule a site visit and boiler assessment at appliedmechanicalsales.com. That's appliedmechanicalsales.com.
I remember sitting in the kitchen, heartbroken, overwhelmed, staring at costs and a list of decisions. I prayed for strength and reached out to Catholic Cemeteries of Chicago, only to hear that Mom had already pre-planned everything so my siblings and I would be protected. Because she planned ahead, we weren't pulled apart by heartbreaking decisions.
Visit CatholicCemeteriesChicago.org or call 708-236-5407 to schedule a free consultation.
Portions of the following show may be pre-recorded.
AM 560, The Answer.
Prepare to have your mind opened. The lies of the mainstream media are about to be exposed, and the hypocrisy of the left is about to be revealed. This is a revolution in how you think about politics, race, and culture. You've tuned into Black and Right with John Anthony.
I'm coming in hot.
Okay, we're back. We had Mitchell on the line. He was making some good points. He touched on the fact that J.B. Pritzker's family is connected to real estate. And we talked about earlier how we know for a fact by way of my case with probate and by way of Zoe Lee's case by way of her mother's issue with eminent domain, that there's definitely something going on with the issue of real estate here in Chicago and Cook County. Can you go a little further with that, Mitchell?
Yes. Sure, of course. First of all, Pritzker has two different objectives. One, he wants to control. He wants to control your money. He wants to control the purse strings. He wants to control real estate because he's a genius Soros on steroids, Daddy-O. By the way, he is corrupt. He is by far the most corrupt governor we've ever had. By the way, this is not me talking, Mitchell, okay? This is from the University of Illinois, folks, okay? Where in the last 5 years, okay, Cook County and Chicago proper is the #1 corrupt city in the United States, and the state of Illinois is the 3rd most corrupt state in the union. Let that sink in, Daddy-O. So you're looking at a Fed Albert, our governor, who is feckless, who couldn't care less about protecting. You've got a IQ of the mayor who has the IQ of a grapefruit, who wants to blame Richard Nixon and Trump for high crime and carjackings and violence and your high property taxes. That's Richard Nixon's and Trump's fault. See, the difference is, Jessica and company, is that you are all critical thinkers. You can see right through the phoniness as they basically shove it down your throat. And by the way, ask yourself, why are you paying more property taxes? Why are you getting screwed, Jessica, out of real estate deals right in your backyard? Why? Because you're a target, because they couldn't care less. And by the way, it has nothing to do with the color of your skin. It has everything to do that there's a lack of content of character. They learned nothing from Martin Luther King. Absolutely nothing. And all they do, okay, is they sit there and every time there's an election, folks, they want to bring up reparations. They want to make sure the tribal mind, because, everybody all works in that factory. All white people are the same, right? All black people are the same, right? All American, no, we're called individuals with a capital I, and those are for the idiots that can't even spell it. Now, here's what I'm telling you right now. You've got to just attack people with the facts. The biggest amount of kryptonite for what I call radical Democrats is they're uninformed. They're the most vapid-minded, garrulous idiots. You ask them anything with any concrete proof, and they will basically melt. They don't do well with facts. That's why Kamala Harris lost all 7 perennial swing states, okay? The American voters saw that she was a phony. They had to basically give her all the questions in advance. 60 minutes, had to do 50 different takes to get 2 different versions because she's so stupid. And we sit there with idiots. You have to tell everybody and your mother that, hey, listen, don't listen to Mitchell in this place. He seems very, passionate and whatever, but guess what? He does make sense. And ask them, how's that property tax bill?
And you absolutely right. And you absolutely right, Mitchell. You are absolutely right. We thought that when people saw those property tax bills that they would lose their mind. We thought that when people heard that we were saying that Pritzker is connected to the public administrators and that they're stealing our property, we thought that people would lose their minds. We thought that when we questioned about Tony Preckwinkle winning 400,000 votes, again, we thought people would lose their mind. But they're just taking it with a grain of salt. I agree with you, Mitchell, and thank you for taking us higher. You have a very, very good day. Thank you, Mitchell.
Thank you, Mitchell.
That was funny.
We got Rick on the line. Rick, you say get the seniors vote. The senior citizen vote. Well, we might as well, because they're taking our property. We might as well get that vote. What say you about it, Rick?
Well, back in the day, I used to help campaigns in Calumet City. There's 5 different senior citizen homes in Calumet City. And they would have the Democratic people would pick them up in buses and take them to go vote, and that's illegal. Take them to dinner and then go vote. But you got to get these senior citizens because, number one, they're the ones getting squeezed with the taxes. They're getting robbed. They're getting hurt in all kinds of ways. So if you got senior citizens in your neighborhood, talk to them. And you got to get in these senior citizen buildings and you got to talk to them and say, hey, we're going to help you. We want to go, red. And number 2, take the signs out of your yards. Signs don't vote. These people will they'll have their minds blown if there's no Republican signs anywhere. But you're going to vote Republican. You're going to do your thing, but don't put no signs up. Signs do not vote. Believe me, they don't. And when they see that there's no signs up, they're going to freak out.
Well, you can't vote for people that you don't know. And one thing that the signs do is that they do at least put the names out there. And when you're going through Chicago, especially on the south side and the west side, and you're not seeing any Republicans. You don't see anything. Only thing we saw this election primary cycle was that they thought that they could just flaunt Chicago Flips Red. They thought that they could just say that slogan and that it would do something. No, we needed a presence there, and we didn't have the presence there. So we do need those signs. We need everything to make Chicago see that the Republican Party is trying to win. So thank you for your call. Thank you very much.
Luck.
And help take us higher. Afro Elite, what you got?
It's interesting what he said, because I do feel as if the Republicans, if they feel like there's no support, they will step up. But the Republicans do need to step up. They need to get their name out there, which means they need to come to places and talk to people. All right. They can't just use Chicago Flips Red and the notoriety and credibility that they have. They need to actually go there. They need to meet people. They need to talk to people. They need to do the groundwork. They need to fund people, all right, in the city. And if they don't do that, they're going to lose every time. And they're going to sit up there and complain. And nobody is supporting the Democrats. But the thing is that you can't complain if you're going to run a janky campaign and expect people just to be so mad at the Democrats, they're going to do the rest of the work for you. They need to do the groundwork in order to win a campaign. Otherwise, they're not going to win, which, if they don't put that effort in, I would argue that they're not taking it serious enough. So we shouldn't even entertain their campaign.
And if we don't entertain their campaign, then we're going to have to think another route, and that's what we're willing to do. Now, I'm waiting for the Republicans to call in. Come on, downstate Republicans. Where are the Valans of the world? Where are the Kelvins of the world? We want those downstate Republicans to call in. Talk to us. Talk to us about Chicago. Talk to us about Cook County. Talk to us about your desire to win the election, unless you really don't want to win.
Right.
We have to consider that as a possibility. Maybe you really don't want to win. Maybe you're just running, taking, collecting donations money, looking for book deals, or maybe trying to prepare yourself for another office in the future. We don't know what this is, but it's no indication that you're trying to win if you won't take Chicago. You had a whole unity breakfast in Naperville last week, where you went on and on about how Illinois have to come together. You mentioned every last county in Illinois, but you didn't mention Cook County. You mentioned every part of Illinois, but you didn't mention Chicago. You mentioned all these people that helped you and worked with you, but you didn't mention Chicago Flips Red. We trying to figure out what's going on here. Are they trying to win, Zoe?
I mean, if you're going around saying that you don't need Cook County, you don't need Chicago, like, okay, y'all gonna lose every time. Just like y'all gonna lose because you don't get in community. Y'all don't get in community. Y'all like, we are, I want people to understand something. And maybe you guys are not probably real Republicans. This could be it. Because if you were real Republicans, you would know about Friedman. Freedmen were the formerly enslaved black Americans who gained citizenship and rights after the Civil War through the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. They fought for freedom, property, and protection under the law, promises that were never fully delivered. And here's the problem. I haven't seen or heard the Republican Party talk about freedmen. Y'all have gold, and y'all are crickets. We know the Democratic Party won't speak about it.
At all.
We know it. So, freedmen, maybe you guys are not educated. Look it up. Look up Abraham Lincoln. Look up the radical Republicans that neither side talks about.
Mm-hmm.
The radical Republicans were the ones, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the modern day radical Republicans that was down for us during the Civil War. We need them down white boys.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we need. We need those, the Proud Boys, whatever, the ones who love this country,
Mm-hmm.
who love that U.S. Constitution. Racism does not have to be the end all. We don't have to be like the Democrats. Look what racism did to them. They are all retarded over there. No, we can do racism. We've done racism our whole life. Just give us our stuff. Leave us alone. Let us raise our kids. Let us raise our families. Let our kids go to school.
We'll be right back and we'll get you, Richard.
Make sure that you never miss a day of Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft when you subscribe to the Chicago's Morning Answer podcast, presented by Signature Bank. Listen to the entire show each day on demand with limited commercial breaks. You can subscribe today for free at 560theanswer.com and click on podcasts or search for Chicago's Morning Answer on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
I think one of the things that patients don't realize is that when they get a joint replacement, that's not a lifetime treatment option. And they're probably, if they are a younger patient, signing up for multiple surgeries down the road.
As a physician and medical director for QC Kinetics, Dr. Caravelli's seen a pattern of trending joint pain. Prolonged medication, steroids, then surgery, possibly another surgery.
So a lot of our patients are trying to avoid or put off surgery, and this is the treatment that can help them do that.
QC Kinetics extracts your body's healing substances, concentrates them back into your aching joints to help heal and restore those areas, providing lasting relief.
Oh, I love being able to tell my patients, before we do this surgery, let's try another option. Let's see if this is right for you, because now they might not have to have surgery at all.
Call today for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 312-827-6261. That's 312-827-6261. 312-827-6261.
As a local business owner, you get called every week by marketing companies. We get it. We have hundreds of satisfied customers. Here's what a satisfied client recently said.
Open enrollment is going great. We're hitting record numbers. Thank you so much for this report. It really is amazing to see how the marketing is really shaping our enrollment around the city.
Salem Surround. Is your business hard to find online? Meet with a digital marketer today for ideas that will make your business stand out. Visit salemsurround.com.
Platform safety is critical at your commercial and industrial facility. Keeping people safe and meeting OSHA requirements isn't optional. That's why Vans Industrial offers free platform inspections by professional structural engineers who know exactly what to look for. Problems with platforms, ladders, or stairs can lead to costly fines or worse. Vans Industrial helps you meet OSHA standards to protect people in your facility.
Hi, I'm Dave Van Camp, president of Vans Industrial. With decades of experience, I bring long-standing industry knowledge from inspecting, correcting, and replacing countless platforms to make facilities safer. Vans Industrial is a specialty contractor equipped to modify or replace steel catwalks, handrails, stairways, and ladders. Our union building trades professionals fabricate and install high-quality steel systems that create safer work environments.
Call 833-VANS-IND for a free platform inspection by professional structural engineers. See what else we can do for you. Visit vansindustrial.com. That's VANS Industrial.com.
What's the password? Is this Vito's Vault, where I can get a 5-star dinner and signature cocktails, see an amazing vaudeville-style musical comedy show with the gangsters and the flappers, all for one low price? Yeah? What's the password? I don't know, but I'm here to make a deposit. Well, why didn't you say so? Come on in.
Vito's Vault, Chicago's new Roaring 20s dinner theater speakeasy. For tickets, go to vitosvault.com.
Black and Right continues. Once again, here's John Anthony.
And once again, I'm not John Anthony. This is Jessica Jackson with Chicago Flips Red. Zoe Lee's in the house. Danny C is in the house. And of course, our partner, Afro Elite. We got Richard Nolan on the line. We're going to go to you now, Richard. Come on in and take us higher. Are you going to take us higher?
I want to take you all the way to the moon.
All right, let's go then, Richard. Go ahead.
And let me just say this, that I ran for supervisor for Thornton Township under the Republican ticket, the conservative ticket. And I got so much pushback and from all the major players in the South Suburb, Will Davis, Thaddeus Jones. They did a robocall. Pritzker, do not vote for Richard Nolan for supervisor, because that encompasses 17 communities. They had not had a candidates for the Thornton Township in well over 25 to 30 years. So I decided that I wanted to leave the Democratic Party because it began to degenerate, and I didn't see any benefit for our people and our constituents. Now, I'm a baby boomer. I'm what you would consider the Moses generation, and you guys are the new leaders. You are the Joshua generation. The only way things are going to change, you guys have to change it. Because if they got more years behind them than they do in front, you're going to have problems and difficulties because they're stuck in their ways. So if we're going to have a new revelation, a new illumination, you guys are the new leaders, and I'm here to work with you and support you. I'm running for Cook County Commissioner for the 5th District, which encompasses 26 villages and cities in the south side of Chicago, Roseland, and the Ideal Garden area. Now, you talk about what can we do to work together. I have access to a school district where I was the former vice president, and I would love to have all those that won during the primary for the November election. We all need to drop titles, and we all need to come together and put together a slate. So if you got a Pritzker at the top, or if you got a state rep at the top, and that goes throughout Cook County, those numbers can carry the ticket. The person at the top may not win, but some of the people at the bottom or in the body of the organization can win. You follow me?
Okay.
So if I'm running for the 5th District, and I got let's say Pritzker not Pritzker, but if I got Darren Delmar at the top, the numbers he has may carry me or carry others that's running for state and federal office. Okay. So we have to be able to come under one umbrella. You guys are the new leaders. You guys have to put together a pledge. What do you want?
Well, we already made it clear. We already made it clear what we want. We want the Republicans to come into Chicago and Cook County and run their campaign so that the people know who they are. We want them to win. We're not going to do their work for them. They're going to decide if they want to win. So I'm glad that you called in. You had good suggestions. Take that back to your Republican candidates and your Republican colleagues and see what they say about it. And they can meet us in Chicago. Thank you for calling. We got our next caller, Karen. What say you, Karen?
Well, hello, and it is definitely time to take it higher.
Definitely time to take it higher. Go on, girl, yes.
Baby, we take it higher by being highly intelligent, not educated, because that's why we messed up right now. Too many highly educated people. Let me just say something about Richard. They just got off the phone. That's the GOAT right there. Richard is the GOAT. Like he just said, we're baby boomers. We'll get behind you all. Richard Nolan is the GOAT. You want to go to another level? Get in contact with him, because he knows where all the bodies are buried. He knows how to play a game, because politics is nothing but a game. So it is time for us to go higher by becoming very intelligent and understanding what happened yesterday, because all those people running things got yesterday, and that other guy that called in about the nursing homes, the Democrats got the nursing homes sold up because they buy the seniors. It's been going on for years. When I used to transport them, the seniors will be scared because if they vote for anybody else, they'll stop their bingo money. They'll stop their vote money. They'll stop things. The Democratic Party is a bunch of demons.
Yeah, and we know that. And we know that, Karen. And that's why we're trying to go higher.
You're not trying. You're going to do it.
Right, and that's what we're looking to do. We're going higher.
Right.
So
you're going higher. We're going to speak those things that are not as though they are. We're not trying. If I say I'm going to try to come to anything that you do, you know I'm not coming. So we got to speak those words. We are going to go higher. We're going to put the Democrats out, and we're going to take over. Something we're going to learn business. Politics is a business. It's a business. And I'm tired of other people running it for us, so we have to educate one another. And we have to talk to those that went behind. Listen, those have made a trail. We made a trail, okay? We went through trials. So it's time for us to do it. We don't need a lot of people. We just need the right people. Y'all gonna do it. You gonna make it happen. I'm impressed with everything that you're doing. And Richard Nolan, keep doing what you're doing, baby. Love y'all.
All right. Thank you, Karen. Thank you very much. Anybody want to respond to that? You got a response for that, Danny?
She was on our Famous Friday. Yes.
Yeah, she was on a Famous Friday. Thank you, Miss Hicks. You're absolutely right. My thing is, just like the Republicans, we got to look at what has been. Before Donald Trump came in, the Republicans had no chance in winning on the federal level or local level. Well, they had some states, but I'm saying in general. So when Donald Trump came in, he brought his own party, which was MAGA. So we had the established Republicans, established Democrats, and MAGA. What we are doing right now is Chicago flips red, a.k.a. the Republican Party. So people trust us in Chicago, Cook County. They trust us, not the Republicans, not the Democrats. So that's why we can't depend on nobody. God gave us this vision and this mandate to save and change Chicago. He gave us. He didn't give that to them.
Okay.
That's why they don't see it. So we must do what we was mandated to do. We can't wait for nobody. And if they come along and bag us and help us, that's fine. If they don't, we can't look back. We got to keep going, because think about it. Everything we needed on this journey, haven't God provided it for us?
Every single thing.
Amen.
Every single thing.
Yes.
All the information, all the evidence, all the connections.
The patience.
The youngins with the young, minds.
Know something's wrong.
Right. He's giving us everything. So if these people, if the Republican Party doesn't want to roll with us the way that we're rolling, he'll direct us in the pathway that we need to go. But we don't need to be stuck.
And also, like I was telling Afro Elite earlier, like, we're the new adults. So we're arguing with each other about our politics. When my mother was in her 40s, I was just born. So I wasn't into politics. I didn't get into politics until this situation happened with my mother. And then I had to grow up, right? So there's people that are mature. There are people who are conservative. There are people who parents are Republican, are Democrat. We should not be fighting like this. We should not be fighting like this. I'm going to vote what I see fit.
Yes.
And what I see fit right now is the Republican Party. The conservative. The Democratic Party has nothing. There's nothing conservative about the Democratic Party. There's nothing. They don't want money. They want everybody on government. They don't want you to have kids. They don't want you. They want to push the 1%. The 1% is trans. We're really gonna be arguing with trans people? No, that's one big mental illness over there. So people mature, the kids see it. If you guys, we are the new adults, we are the new strategists. We are it. And we're for profit. We're not coming with no NGOs. We're not coming with the 501c3 scam. We're not coming with no pastor scam. I am a for-profit. I am a capitalist. I'm an entrepreneur. And I got into this business to make sure that we get the right people in these seats. Just like Donald Trump, he had no choice. He was the chosen one. He had to do this.
Yes.
He had to.
Yes. He had to. He had to because he loves America.
And you see how the Republicans are backstabbing him in his first term and his second term. So we have to understand what we have right here and what we must do. And that is to keep moving forward. Don't wait for anyone and know that God is going to make a way.
Make sure that you never miss a day of Sean Thompson when you subscribe to the Sean Thompson Show podcast, presented by the Alpha Wealth Group. Listen to the entire show each day on demand with limited commercial breaks. You can subscribe today for free at 560theanswer.com and click on podcasts, or search for The Sean Thompson Show on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Carmen Roberts. The frustration over long airport security lines and the pain for unpaid TSA agents should start easing soon after President Trump signed an order requiring DHS to pay TSA agents. Flyers like this woman in Baltimore will be happy to see those lines shorten.
We got here 3 hours early, going to Orlando. We have been in line for 4 hours and had 2 more hours in front of us.
House Republicans rejected a Senate bill yesterday to fund DHS, excluding ICE agents. Actor James Tolkien of Back to the Future and Top Gun fame dies at 94. Here he is as Maverick's commanding officer.
I got to give you your dream shot. I'm going to send you up against the best. You two characters are going to Top Gun.
Tolkien's agent says he died Thursday in Lake Placid, New York, where he lived. America's listening to Fox News.
Welcome back to Ask Hassles.
Have you seen my husband?
No.
He's hot.
I'm sorry to hear that.
What?
Good news. Hassles Mattress is home to a variety of cool gel mattresses, including Tempur-Pedic.
Okay, but...
And right now, get 48 months interest-free financing on Tempur-Pedic with approved credit. Plus, free next-day delivery and setup, free removal of your old mattress, and a $300 MasterCard gift card with your new Tempur-Pedic.
Wow, that's pretty hot.
Find an employee-free showroom near you at Hassles.com.
Your dog and a stranger are drowning. You can only save one. Who do you choose? Dennis Prager says your answer reveals everything about how you define right and wrong. In his new book, If There Is No God, Prager exposes the danger of emotion-based morality and why, without objective truth, society descends into chaos. This isn't a religious book. It's a rational case for moral clarity in a confused age. If There Is No God, from Dennis Prager. Order now at pragerstore.com.
Hi, I'm Ken Mariotti, owner of Woodland Windows and Doors, a third-generation family-owned business since 1969. We know you're bombarded by choices when shopping for new windows or doors, so we're inviting you to experience the Woodland difference. For decades, we have been transforming living spaces with Marvin Windows, a fifth-generation family business. Marvin replacement windows have been known to increase the warmth of your cold rooms by 10 degrees. Think about that, 10 degrees warmer. When you welcome Woodland into your home, you will get a product expert to transform your living spaces, full-time, dedicated professional installers that you can trust in your home, along with the best products like Marvin. These are the reasons we're proud of our 5-star reviews and family legacy. No gimmicks, no pressure, and upfront pricing are why Woodland Windows and Doors is your trusted window and door expert in Chicagoland. Visit woodlandwindows.com to book your free in-home expert consultation. That's woodlandwindows.com, or stop by our showroom at the corner of Lake and Geary in Roselle.
You need a construction company, but who?
Call Crosscom.
A construction company you can trust that shares your Christian and conservative values. For decades, Crosscom has been doing work in Chicagoland, Northwest Indiana, and Wisconsin. Roofs, siding, windows, doors, gutters, basically everything for your home or business, even solar. Quality work and professional services that make you feel great about your decision to work with Crosscom.
Call Crosscom.
630-871-5500. Give them a chance to earn your business. If your repairs are due to storm, fire, or flood damage, you need to
call Crosscom.
They're licensed public adjusters. They work for you, not the insurance company. Crosscom will work to get you the money you deserve, the maximum payout. They know the insurance companies and how to deal with them. They win for you.
Call Crosscom.
Crosscom Construction and Public Adjusters.
This is Dan Lights with Crosscom. You can trust us with your home or business for high-quality work and fair prices. It's the only way we do business.
630-871-5500. CrosscomPublicAdjusters.com.
You need to be tuning into the Retirement Success Blueprint with Michael Stewart, the radio companion to the Amazon best-selling book, Success Blueprint, How to Build the Retirement You Deserve. Each week, Michael shares strategies designed to help reduce market risk through income-generating investments that can provide steady returns. Because if you can avoid a big loss, you don't need to take big risks. Catch the Retirement Success Blueprint with Michael Stewart, Saturday mornings at 10, right here on AM 560, The Answer.
Some moments deserve more than just a space. They deserve a setting that feels special. At Kemper Lakes Golf Club, they make it easy to gather, celebrate, and enjoy time together. From bridal and baby showers to family celebrations and private events, the team handles every detail so you can focus on what matters most. Warm, inviting, and close to home, it's the perfect place to host your next event. Visit KemperLakesGolf.com to learn more and start planning today.
It's the show the mainstream media doesn't want you to know about. It's Black and Right with John Anthony.
All right. We're back. We're going to go to Robert. Now, Robert, you only can come on this call if you're ready to take us higher. If you're not going to take us higher, then I'm not going to even listen to you. Are you ready to take us higher, Robert?
Oh, you're downright.
All right, take us higher.
All right, I want to say this, ladies and gentlemen. HB 5425, Cuban composting bill that's being considered right now in the General Assembly. You were talking earlier about senior citizen homes and senior citizens. Imagine this. You take grandma and grandpa out of their funeral home, the nursing home to the funeral home, and you can have them compost, and you can spread them on your bushes, on your trees, put them in your flower garden. Vote no on any compost bill in the state of Illinois. That is sick and immoral. Thank you.
You're more than welcome, and thank you. Afro Elite.
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to know, you know, you a youngin'. Mm-hmm. And I just want to know, I know when we came up, it was, we really don't even care about who, get in office because neither one of them going to do nothing. Neither one of them going to do. And we pretty much grew up thinking that way. If you're going to say that my generation dropped the ball, I would say maybe in that there was a lag time, if you will, for politics. That we didn't take politics probably as seriously as we should. So you coming along, and you're much younger, tell me what made you get into politics, and how did you elevate your mind to decide that you would be politically involved?
Thank you for that question, because it's actually very interesting. Grew up, my parents was the same way, never talked about politics, talked about other social issues, but not politics. And it was the same thing. Well, it's all fake, it's all staged, all that stuff, right? And I thought I had a good understanding of it. It wasn't until Donald Trump beat Hillary, when everybody was all like, oh, Hillary's going to win. Donald Trump's never been a politician. This is crazy. Everybody was mocking his campaign. Everybody I knew said it was Hillary. When Donald Trump won, I'm all like, well, maybe I don't know as much about politics as I thought I did. So that caused me to start looking into it, start researching not just politics, but the history of different politicians, the history of how politics has affected black people and currently affects black people. And with that, it just kind of compounded upon me realizing how much more needed to be done for the community, and how much politics and black advancement has gone hand in hand. So that's how I got engaged in it.
Very good. Very good. I like that answer. Very good. Very good. Because we want to encourage our young people to get involved. We want them to be politically correct. We want them to be politically intelligent. That's something that's very much needed right now for our younger people to get involved. A lot of people look for the older generation to keep carrying the torch, but you all have to stand on our shoulders, and it's a good thing to see that you all are doing that. Let's hear from Kimberly. Let's see what she's going to say to take us higher. Kimberly, I see you from Dalton. Are you capable of taking us higher?
I would try. I just wanted to touch on some points that actually some other people have already made, and I totally agree with. And
Okay.
I just wanted to tell you, I'm here with my 92-year-old mother, Jean. We're in Dalton. She loves listening
Hello
to you.
there.
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
Oh, you're wonderful. You invigorate me.
Well, good. Thanks for the encouragement.
Oh, very much. A couple of points, and the one we really feel about is this No King's March business, and especially this rich lady coming from New Jersey, and so many of your rich ladies from Naperville and that area, even my age group, 60s, 70s, I can't believe it, really. I'd like to know how many migrants have they taken in their home, or do they take care of? That's what I'd like to know. The other thing is, President Trump, if they really research him, he's in no way acts like a king. He has helped people with their medical bills, their college tuitions, workers for him. The women in his business place have never picked on him. And the one lady that said politics is now business, she's absolutely right. We can't keep running this country like a favoritism program. He's finding out the cost of things, what the waste was. This is how we should be run. We can't keep running on favors, 3,500 toilets and 3,500 hammers and $10,000 toilets under Clinton, and all the waste that the one good thing Elon Musk did, all the waste that Trump continued to find out about. We have too much. And I have a grandfather who was an immigrant here, and he earned his way, and people that are just let in here and not earn the way. We need to earn the way, and we need to start, like you said, with the young people, because they have been taught crooked history. They're not taught or had the stories handed down of the parents and grandparents. And I mean, I don't care what color throughout the wars or anything. There are many stories. People suffered. You had to turn in your old tires. You had to resole your shoes. You had to turn in your toothpaste tubes. You had rations, flour, sugar, whatever. I'd like to see these women.
Well,
I'd like to see these women live like this today. We need to teach our young people, like you said, to stand up, hear the stories, the truth. And that's what, my point is.
Well, I think you're right, Kimberly, and thank you for your call. And when we come back, we'll take from Eduardo. He's a regular. He's taking us higher.
Your financial future deserves more than just a financial strategy. It deserves a dedicated resource. Meet Michelle Ashute with West Point Financial Group, a Mass Mutual firm. With almost 2 decades of experience, Michelle builds lifelong relationships, guiding families through legacy strategies, from grandparents down to grandkids, helping people secure their financial independence. Michelle Ashute is focused on needs, not just numbers, and that means retirement planning, life insurance, and estate planning strategies. Whether preparing for college, retirement, or protecting your business, Michelle's needs-based approach helps you prepare for life's biggest moments. Start building your financial future today. Call Michelle at 224-499-3665. That's 224-499-3665. Michelle Ashute of West Point Financial Group, helping you earn, learn, and secure your tomorrow. Local firms or sales offices of Massachusetts Mutual Life Insurance Company. Mass Mutual, Springfield, Massachusetts, 01111-001, and are not subsidiaries of Mass Mutual or its affiliated companies. Michelle Ashute is a registered representative of and offers securities through MML Investor Services, LLC, member SIPC. Supervisory office located at 30 South Wacker Drive, Suite 2700, Chicago, Illinois, 60606.
She's unafraid and unapologetic. She's Laura Trump, and she's shaking things up on the Right View podcast.
We're the side with the mean stuff? Are you guys kidding? You call us Nazis. You call us fascists. You call Donald Trump Hitler from the left. Really? We're the side that's the problem. You're out assaulting ICE agents every chance you possibly get.
Subscribe to the Right View podcast with Laura Trump on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Rumble, or at SalemPodcastNetwork.com.
Did you know most remodeling mishaps start before construction even begins? Here's something else you should know. At Forever Remodeling, we do things differently. Every kitchen, bathroom, and basement project starts with smart planning, detailed 3D designs, a clear scope of work, and accurate pricing, all sorted out before you get started. No surprises, no stress, just beautiful results. Done right the first time. Visit foreverremodeling.com. That's the number 4, EVER, remodeling.com. And schedule your free in-home consultation today.
It's tax season, and by now, I know you're a bit tired of the numbers, but here's an important one you need to hear. $16 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud. Not all grim news. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second for your personal information and alerts you to threats that you could easily miss on your own. If your identity is stolen, LifeLock's U.S.-based restoration specialist is going to fix it. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK, 1-800-LifeLock or lifelock.com. Terms do apply.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
I spent years living in fear of calcium oxalate crystal stones, always afraid of when the next one would hit. Now I just take Kidney Cop.
Battling calcium oxalate stones? It's time to try Kidney Cop, a doctor-recommended kidney supplement that has been shown in laboratory tests to reduce the growth rate of calcium oxalate crystals by 99%. Get Kidney Cop today at Amazon.com, Walmart.com, or KidneyCop.com.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony.
Get up, get on up, get up, get on up.
All right, we're back, and we got Eduardo on the line, and I know that he's a regular caller, and I know he's ready to take us higher. Come on, Eduardo, take us higher.
Yeah, good afternoon, Jessica. The number one show at this time slot on Saturday. I got a suggestion. I haven't seen anybody bring this up, that your station should have all live shows local, just like the 11 o'clock with Amy and Jeannie. Mm-hmm. I think that would be so much great. Not to say that the Nationals are no good, but I think if you want to turn Chicago red or Illinois red, you got to have local shows. That way we're hearing from downstate, in the city, the suburbs. Everybody is connected, and we're coordinating how we're going to get the message out versus the Democratic message. I think that would be a great thing. And you're so right about the young people, because we're going to be going up in age. I'm 54 years old. Young people, and it's unfortunately we see this like the teen takeover during the week. Mm-hmm. These young people, they need to have discipline, and they need to have good guidance by adults, so that way they can help us, our side, relay our message.
Well, I think that you're, definitely right about that. But when you talk about our young people, what our young people need is jobs. They need jobs. Right. When you go into some of these jobs that have been traditionally for teenagers, like when you go to fast food restaurants, for example, and when you see people working that are very, very grown, 40, 50 years old, working these type of jobs and pushing for higher minimum wage in these type of jobs, when these jobs have traditionally been for our young people. See, I have a problem with that, because young people have a certain amount of jobs, certain types of jobs that they can take, because they should be working around their school hours. So
Yeah, Jessica, I was going to add, so I saw this thing in Kenya where there were like 700 people that lined up for 40 positions for IT. And the classes are free because they're funded by private groups and all that. 700 people lined up for 40 positions. This is in Turkana, some town in Kenya. That's what needs to happen over here. We need to get these young people more into the trade, learn a skill.
Yeah, put trades back in school. You're seeing right now where Pritzker is talking about putting trades in at the junior college level, and he's talking about letting illegal immigrants have some level of college education free. These are the type of things that we have to fight against. It doesn't make sense for our young people to be running recklessly and aimlessly through the streets. Or even if we talk about the rural areas, because, see, all these teen takeovers and everything that they're showing in the cities, that's the city. But when you go out to these rural areas and you go out to these smaller towns, you see that this, I'm going to call it plague, on young people, it's all over the place. It's just that the cameras don't make it to the rural areas as much. But thank you for your call, Eduardo, and we're definitely going to take that to heart, because you're absolutely right.
Thank you very much.
We have to be more visible. We have to be more visible. And it goes back to what Afro Elise said. These things are the type of things that the Republican Party needs to start funding. Do you want to win? Do you want to win? Do you want to win? And I don't know. I don't know that they want to win. I'm not so convinced. We're asking for you to call in right now, Republicans. Tell us where we got it wrong. Tell us where we're misreading this. Tell us how we don't understand, how we need to see it different. We're meeting you more than halfway. We've already made the ground fertile for you to come in. We already meeting you more than halfway. Come on, Republicans, downstate, call in. Have this conversation with us right now. Because we sat all last week, listened to you all go on and on about how you want to have unity in Illinois. Let's have that conversation. I don't see why we can't have that conversation. Okay, Carol, we're coming to you now. You're coming from Chicago. Tell us how you can take us higher.
All right. Well, not only am I going to work diligently at taking you higher, but I'm going to work at your victory. And I'm claiming that victory in the name of Jesus by the power of the Holy Spirit through the blood shed on Calvary. Amen. Hallelujah, Lord God. You're such an awesome God, and you're a mighty God that you have raised up these strong, and I mean strong, courageous women, Father, to do what they're doing. You didn't bring men. You raised up the women. That is amazing. That's just like Esther in the Bible. So, Father, I just thank you for that right now. I just want to tell everybody out there who's, there's a lot of naysayers sometimes that listen to, programs. But I'm going to tell you this right now, whether you like it or not. Trump is anointed and appointed by God. He is there because God put him there, okay? He's put there to act in the best interest of America. America was dedicated to God, and that's why we have been blessed all these years. But because it's degraded the past, 12 or 16 years around that number there, or even farther back, but more so these more recent years, God raised him up, okay? This man doesn't have to work, and he's working without a paycheck for it because, like they said on the radio here, that he loves America. Trump loves America, and he's looking out for his future as well as his children and grandchildren's future. Now, I'm calling on for a spiritual reason, okay? God has raised these women up. And let me tell you, especially because they're women, we need to pray for them on a daily basis. If everyone within earshot can commit to 5 minutes a day to pray for them, pray for Zoe Lee, Danielle Carter Walters, and Jessica Jackson, your host. I'm calling on everyone, and I mean everyone, to please make a concerted effort to pray for them, because it takes courage to do what they're doing. They've already been attacked, okay? And we need to pray against these attacks, because this is about the spiritual, all right? Whether you like it or not, agree or not, this is all about good and bad. When Job went through what he went through, the Lord ended up having to tell him, this isn't about you, Job.
And you're
which
right.
meant that this is about...
Are you turning 65 and thinking about Medicare? Or are you over 65 and haven't enrolled yet because you still have coverage at work? Either way, Medicare done correctly will be the best health insurance you will ever have. Imagine having an annual deductible of only $283. There are only two good things about aging, wisdom and Medicare. But to navigate the Medicare maze properly, you need a mentor. Best part? My guidance costs you nothing. Call me. I can help.
If you're tired of calling a bureaucrat at an 800 number to help you navigate Medicare, then you need a local expert on your side, your own health insurance mentor. C. Stephen Tucker from healthinsurancementors.com is someone I know and trust. He's a 30-year licensed broker who's been educating our listeners for more than a decade. Steve, how can our listeners get in touch with you?
Thanks, Dan. They can visit healthinsurancementors.com or call me directly at 630-674-1551. That's 630-674-1551.
The Stephanie Trussell Show speaks to the heart of where you live, work, and raise your family. Every week, Stephanie brings you the conversations that matter most, from our local neighborhoods to the halls of Springfield, covering the local issues and the real solutions. Stephanie sits down with the local leaders, candidates, and everyday heroes who are fighting to make Illinois a place you're proud to call home. Stephanie is your community, your voice. The Stephanie Trussell Show, heard Saturday evenings at 7 p.m. right here on AM 560, The Answer.
In his new movie, The Dragon's Prophecy, Dinesh D'Souza brings the new Middle East into focus.
Could the fate of the world, of humanity itself, be somehow tied to this place?
At long last, we have peace in the Middle East.
Israel and Christians are coming together in a way they have never been before.
But is this the end of Hamas and radical Islam? The Dragon's Prophecy is powerful, prophetic, a must-see movie. Now available on Amazon, YouTube, and iTunes. And now, more Black and Right with John Anthony.
Well, we're back. And at the 6 o'clock hour, our Detroit audience will be dropping off. But we want to shout out Detroit. And we want Detroit to stand strong and stand tall because we know how Detroit gets down. And we're going to have to come through Detroit and meet up with some of you people from Detroit because Detroit definitely needs to flip red. We're welcoming you to listen. Thank you for tuning in to the 560 AM Answer Show and the 92.7 FM, 1400 Detroit. And now we're ready to start our other part of the show. And we're still looking to take you higher. So to do that, we're going to hear a little bit more from Pritzker so that you all understand what it is that we're talking about.
Let's give it up one more time for our next Lieutenant Governor, Christian Mitchell. Illinois, thank you. Thank you for your trust and your faith in me to carry out our agenda and carry it forward as your Democratic nominee for governor. Every day I walk into this fight, I know I'm able to do so because of my brilliant, tireless, and endlessly patient wife, the First Lady of Illinois, M.K. Pritzker. She has sacrificed more than anyone will ever know and reminded me in moments of doubt exactly why we do this. Our children, Teddy and Donnie, have grown up watching their parents pour everything into this job, and if the only lesson they ever take from it is that public service is a calling worth answering, then we've done something right. Now, this election night is still young, and it's too early to know the results of the most competitive races, but I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge and celebrate my dear friend and partner in governance, Juliana Stratton. I was proud to run with her in our last two elections, proud to serve alongside her for the last 7 years, and proud to endorse her U.S. Senate campaign. She is an outstanding, kind, and genuine person who loves this state with all her heart. And I am grateful for her for all that we have achieved together.
I want to say, so you guys know, the audience and the applause that you hear and all the roars and all that is staged. That's staged. All those people, if they don't have a button that has the sounds like they used to do in the old sitcoms, those are people who are vetted. Those are people who are on the payroll, just so you know. Ms. Jackson, what do you have to say about that?
You know, I put that clip out there because I wanted everybody to hear his acceptance speech. I wanted everybody to hear what he got up and said, and that acceptance speech is chopped up in different parts, and we're going to try to get to all those parts. But the part that stuck out to me in this is when he talked about his family's history and about how what his children are learning from watching him and his wife and how they're growing up. And I wonder if he ever thinks about what our children are learning when they see that we have to fight for our property like this, because that same J.B. Pritzker is stealing our property. It's amazing how he knows to respect his legacy, but it doesn't dawn on him to respect anybody else's legacy. It's amazing how he sees how real estate has helped him, but he's stealing our real estate. And this goes all the way from your hired state attorney all the way into the Cook County sheriffs, that they sit here and steal our real estate like this, and then he makes a concession speech. When we come back, after we let you play the second part of that next part of his statement, and then you all just chime in. But I just wanted people to know the importance of listening to this rotten accepted speech. He said from the bottom of Julian Stratton's heart. Does she have a heart?
No.
Because I can't tell.
No, he don't even have.
GNU Software Incorporated seeks software developers in Schaumburg, Illinois to gather, analyze, review, design, write code, document, customize, maintain, test, and modify software and computer applications using technologies such as Java, J2EE, Golang, Apigee, Appian, Python, MuleSoft, Snowflake, DataCap, Kofax, IBM FileNet, SharePoint, VBNet, SAP, Oracle Apps, Salesforce, DataStage, Guidewire, Pega, Big Data, Hadoop, HANA, PLSQL, DB2, Oracle, SQL Server, QTP, LoadWinRunner, Selenium, OB, Cognos, Informatica, Ab Initio, PeopleSoft, SAS, and other technologies. Develop data migration tools and processes for new and existing systems and set up test environment. Requires master's or bachelor's or foreign equivalent in computer science, application engineering, or any engineering, information technology systems, or any related field, and 0 to 5 years of progressive experience in the related field. The salary range is $108,077 to $153,317 per year. Mail resume to GNU Software Incorporated, 120 West Gulf Road, Suite 100A, Schaumburg, Illinois, 60195. Refer to job number SD2026.
News, opinion, insight. This is AM 560, The Answer. WIND, Chicago. Streaming at 560theanswer.com on the AM 560 mobile app, or tell your smart speaker to play The Answer.
They're calling it the largest protest in U.S. history. I'm Carmen Roberts, Fox News. Millions of people are participating in more than 3,000 No Kings rallies across the U.S. today to protest against what they say is President Trump's overreach of power.
Thanks to the millions of Americans from our smallest towns to our largest cities in every state in our country who are gathering today.
Senator Bernie Sanders speaking at the rally in St. Paul, Minneapolis.
Minnesota showed the American people, and in fact the world, what democracy is about, what grassroots activism is about, and what standing up for the American ideals of freedom and justice is about.
Sanders adding Minnesota and the country will never forget Renee Good and Alex Preddy, who were shot and killed by federal agents during anti-ICE protests. The Pentagon's debating sending more troops to the Middle East as the war with Iran enters a second month.
Today marks 1 month of the war against Iran, and many are asking when it will end. Recall the White House said it would last 4 to 6 weeks. President Trump says he thinks the war could end soon because Iran is now ready to talk.
They're begging to make a deal. They're begging to make a deal. Turned out I was right. They were negotiating, which they admitted 2 days later.
Now, the U.S. Military Central Command posting new photos from the bridge of USS Tripoli. She's now in the Arabian Sea. In addition to the Marines on board, there's a formidable aviation component as well, including F-35 stealth fighter jets, Super Stallions, and Vipers, AH-1 gunships. And CENTCOM says it's now hit over 11,000 targets inside Iran.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson reporting from the White House. America's listening to Fox News.
Now, your official weather forecast.
Tonight will be partly cloudy with a low of 41. Tomorrow, expect a breezy and warmer day with a mix of clouds and sun, reaching a high of 63. Tomorrow night will be mostly cloudy with a low of 50. On Monday, temperatures will be near the record high of 79 from 1998, with a blend of clouds and sunshine and a high of 75. I'm meteorologist Jason Catarina on AM 560, The Answer.
Get the latest weather, traffic, and news updates online at 560theanswer.com.
Health insurance rates are surging in America, leaving millions without affordable options. If you're sick of having paychecks eaten up by healthcare costs or dealing with mega corporations, then listen to this. Christians don't need to waste money on a broken system. That's why I want to tell you about Christian Healthcare Ministries. It's an alternative to traditional health insurance at half the cost. With CHM, fellow believers contribute monthly to help pay each other's medical bills. There's no enrollment period, so you can join anytime. And you aren't restricted to provider networks, so you choose the doctors and hospitals you want. It's that simple. CHM is not insurance. It's a ministry that puts faith into action. Feel the difference of financial support and biblical care from fellow believers. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org chministries.org/wellness. That's chministries.org/wellness.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
It's tax season, and by now, I know you're a bit tired of the numbers, but here's an important one you need to hear. $16 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud. Not all grim news. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second for your personal information and alerts you to threats that you could easily miss on your own. If your identity is stolen, LifeLock's U.S.-based restoration specialist is going to fix it. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK, 1-800-LifeLock or lifelock.com. Terms do apply.
We work a lifetime to build a legacy for our families, but the most enduring gift you can give them is the peace of mind you provide when they need it most. When you pre-plan your arrangements at Catholic Cemeteries of Chicago, you replace the weight of uncertainty with the gift of clarity. Secure today's costs and protect your family from making emotional and financial decisions at the time of need. It's a final act of love they'll never forget. Visit CatholicCemeteryChicago.org or call 708-236-5407.
Portions of the following show may be pre-recorded.
AM 560, The Answer. Prepare to have your mind opened. The lies of the mainstream media are about to be exposed, and the hypocrisy of the left is about to be revealed. This is a revolution in how you think about politics, race, and culture. You've tuned into Black and Right with John Anthony.
I'm coming in hot.
I'm also proud to have endorsed Margaret Croak for Comptroller and Tony Preckwinkle for Cook County Board President. Both of them fantastic leaders and model public servants. Our state is lucky to have them. Now, it has been a long and arduous primary season for many. But when so much is at stake, there's no time to rest. The general election begins right now. And we're headed into it with the best campaign team in the country, led by my campaign manager, Chris Shallow. And we are dedicated to making sure that every Democrat who wins our party's nomination tonight beats their Republican opponents in November. Our Democratic Party stands united behind our candidates, united for working families, united for Illinois. Friends, this is the fight of our lives. Everything we care about is under siege from Washington. Right now, grifters of corruption and selfishness, purveyors of bigotry and hatred, have taken control of the White House and the Congress. Their purpose is to make themselves and their dear leader richer, and to do it at the expense of the powerless and the most vulnerable. The carnival barker in chief. Oh, sorry, I meant the commander in thief.
Commander in thief.
The commander in thief. Did you hear that? Go ahead, Zoe. The person who's stealing our property. The person who's stealing our property just called him the commander in thief.
You are eminent domain.
You are eminent domain.
You, like, are you crazy? Like, you are the dictator. Like, you are a racist. This is a racist. J.B. Pritzker is a racist, and he's Jewish, and he's a Jewish racist. And at the end of the day, it's an uncomfortable truth, but that's it. If it were us, they say that Brandon Johnson is a racist, and he is. Mm-hmm. And he is. Racism is here, and it's on all sides. It's a lot of Mexican racists. It's a lot of Asian racists. We hate each other. Mm-hmm. We are all messed up. Like, so, but that is what J.B. Pritzker is. And honestly, he has had too many chances. He took his toilets out. Like, what billionaire takes their toilets out of their house so they can get, so what's it, they don't have no
tax
taxes?
break.
Take a tax break? Come on.
I like the fact that you use the word billionaire while he's talking about people being rich and all of that and working for
Yes.
working class families. All of the people advocating for this, they're not working class. They're getting high off the hog. So I like the way we need to keep exposing the fact that he is a billionaire who's keep gaining money.
By real estate.
By real estate.
By real
Eminent
estate.
domain.
By real estate, yeah.
Mr. Eminent Domain.
By
JB,
real
Mr.
estate.
Eminent Domain. Why? He Pritzker. He's a Hyatt. He's part of, and you know they took him. You know they kicked him out the family. So he's trying to do his own thing. This is his Epstein Island.
Yeah. And while he's bothering Trump about the Epstein list and all this and that, and then somebody from his family was found to be on it.
And
you know,
him too.
the hypocrisy.
Right.
The hypocrisy is too much. We're telling people to elevate their minds. How is it that you are believing and falling for this nonsense, election cycle after election cycle after election cycle? How do you do it? How do you do it?
They cheating.
That's part of it, that they are cheating. That's part of it. But another part of it, if we be honest, the other part of it is we're not stepping up to the plate as citizens. The candidates are not stepping up to the plate as good candidates. Nobody's saying that the Democrats are not cheating. You would be crazy to think that Tony Preckwinkle got 400,000 votes. But I also know, listen to the conversations that we have in our circles. Listen to the conversations that we have from other black Republicans, that it seems to me half of them straggling the line. Look at the fact that the Republicans that was running, how they didn't step up and join up with us so that they could make a real impact for the primaries. It's a lot of layers to what's going on now. A lot of layers.
The fact that we even have to work this hard to make people see how bad Pritzker is in itself a travesty. This man is a billionaire, all while he's up here talking about helping the middle class and he's fighting for the working class, when he won't even allow the working class to benefit from the tax breaks cuts that Donald Trump have implemented in the big, beautiful bill. He won't even opt in on that in a state level. That's going to help us. And the fact that he talked about being a public servant, and this man fought. When you're elected and you are an elected official, your first oath of duty is to protect the homeland and is to the American citizens. The fact that he fought, the fact that they allowed all these illegals, Biden allowed all these illegals here is terrible. But the fact they allowed them to come into Chicago and place them in our communities and fought Trump. When ICE was here, we saw him in Chicago. We never seen him in Chicago more than we saw him when ICE was here. He did how many 6 press conferences? Kwame Raoul came out. We never saw him. No. They filed about 20, 50 lawsuits on ICE. The fact that we never saw him until ICE came in here. And then the fact that he fought Trump, knowing that we had all these illegal alien criminals, because he let 1,700 illegal alien criminals out of jail back into our community, pedophile rapists. He knew he let them out, and he fought Trump. And then to get on TV and say Trump didn't do his duty to get the worst of the worst when he let the worst of the worst out into our community. And this girl died, the college student died, Sheridan Gorman, and lost her life. And for him to get up there and say that when he fought him, and the fact that we are right here trying to convince people in Chicago how terrible he is mind-blowing in itself. They should be like, he should not even be allowed to come into the city of Chicago. That's how bad it should be. It's no way this No Kings protest should be allowed to come into the city of Chicago after so many people we have lost by the hands of illegal aliens, and our elected officials allowed that. Americans should be running Brandon Johnson and Pritzker up out of here, especially in Chicago. They should know that, ain't no way I can come into Chicago. We shouldn't even have to tell them resign. They should be already somewhere else because they know they can't come up in here.
No, you're absolutely right. The mere fact that J.B. Pritzker appoints the public administrators, and we have the documentation to prove that Louis G. Apostle is filing fraudulent documents into the court system in order to steal property, and J.B. Pritzker reappointed him. He should never be able to see the general election in November. We are demanding Trump to bring in the DOJ and get these people out of here. Brandon Johnson should never have been allowed to be able to continue to serve after he left out of that March 8th hearing. He committed perjury during that hearing as it pertains to the money that was spent on Sanctuary City. I don't understand what is going on that the Republican Party cannot handle this. It's not making any sense. And we are expecting much more, much more. This is not making any sense. How J.B. Pritzker can parade around like he's a righteous person and he is appointing people who are stealing our real estate. He does real estate. That's what he's into. He's trying to own everything, eminent domain, everything. He's running us off the land. He's running us out of Cook County, out of the city, and we can't get people to stand up. Why not? He's not going to see that seat in November. He's not going to see it. Tony Preckwinkle was not going to see it. They're not going to see those seats. If we have to go to D.C. and get Donald Trump ourselves, we'll go get him. He's not going to continue to steal from us and sit and make us listen to that, make me look at those signs in the grass on the south side. No, he's not. No, he's not.
We have to run him up out of here.
We will not tolerate that. But we will be back soon. This John Anthony's Black and Right.
Larry Elder explains the reason we're here.
The reason we're here is because we have an enemy that has been chanting death to America for 47 years. The enemy determined by their own admission to develop a nuke. They admitted they had enough to build 10 bombs. Is there any confidence that you have that had these people had a nuclear weapon, that they would not use it?
The Larry Elder Show, weeknights at 8, right before Sean Hannity at 10 on AM 560. The Answer. Your beloved dog and a stranger are both drowning. You can only save one. Who do you save? Every time Dennis Prager asks that question, his audience splits 3 ways. 1/3 chooses the dog, 1/3 chooses the stranger, and 1/3 aren't sure. Why? Because we live in an age where increasingly feelings define right and wrong. But if morality is based on emotion, then murder, rape, and theft are just opinions. And if people feel justified, why is rioting or destruction wrong at all? In his new book, If There Is No God, Dennis Prager explains why civilizations cannot survive without objective morality and why Judeo-Christian values shape the moral foundations of the free world.
If you claim that certain things are good, certain things are evil, independent of how you feel about it, you are in effect affirming God.
If There Is No God by Dennis Prager, available now at pragerstore.com. That's pragerstore.com.
Attention Link EBT card holders. If you use SNAP benefits to buy food, please listen carefully. Rules for SNAP eligibility have changed. You could lose your benefits if you don't act soon. Visit saveoursnap.org to learn about new rules, how they impact you, and the steps you should take to keep your food benefits. Don't wait. Go to saveoursnap.org today. Sponsored by the Illinois Commission to End Hunger. Aired in cooperation with the Illinois Broadcasters Association and this station.
Making the switch to a new communications and IT company may seem like a big ordeal, But if you're not getting the reliable support, consistent internet, and secure solutions your company needs, meet Access One, your local Chicagoland IT experts. Access One has been powering Chicago businesses with secure, reliable IT solutions for over 30 years from our headquarters right here in the West Loop. Whether it's VoIP phones, dedicated internet, managed cybersecurity, cloud backups, or 24/7 support, Access One is here for you. Serving thousands of companies from Naperville to the North Shore, Access One is Chicago-owned and Chicago-run, a trusted IT partner for law firms, clinics, tech startups to manufacturers. We'll make the switch easier than you think. Let's talk. Call 800-804-8333 or visit accessoneinc.com. Rated top 5% in customer satisfaction and a Better Business Bureau A+ rated business. That's accessoneinc.com. Tech made personal, locally.
If you're near retirement or thinking about retiring, you probably have a lot of questions. How do you make your savings last? How much should you take out and when? You're ready for retirement, but are your finances? I'm Edward Jones financial advisor, Nolan Webster. Let's work together to make sure your finances meet your unique needs over the long haul. You've done what it takes to get there. Now it's time to make the most of retirement. Call me at 224-801-6107 to schedule an appointment. That's 224-801-6107. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Black and Right continues. Once again, here's John Anthony.
All right. John Anthony's not here. Much respect to him. This is Afro Elite. Miss Jackson, Chicago Flips Red with Zoe Lee and Danny C. We're going to take another call from Diane. Diane is on the line.
Yes, I sure am. My name is Diane Harris, and I want to thank the Chicago Flip Red for their endorsement. I really, really appreciate it. And I was listening, and I heard you mention the Southern Illinois people call, so I wanted to call in. I wanted to comment on one of the callers said something about the seniors were in fear, and that they're bullied, by the by the other party, Democrats, and I believe that fear is real, and it's unfortunate because that is a lot of votes. That's a lot of votes, and I'm sure a lot of those individuals are conservative and would possibly vote Republican. But the fear is real, and I also want to talk about being the Secretary of State. There are opportunities for 4,000 jobs. And the young individuals are the ones that we want to take those. I want those, as Jessica said, they want those seats. I want them to have those particular opportunities. But first of all, we got to get them there. And I think that we need to focus on safety programs that work with the schools and with the DMV, because they need to be prepared and know how to read the rules of the road, just like anyone that's going to be driving. And if they can't, then they should not be behind the wheel. There's 61% of fatalities for drivers between the age of 16 and 19. That is the future that we're talking about, and we won't have them if they don't know the rules of the road. And the same with individuals who cannot read the rules of the road. They should not be driving. So that's something that I will definitely focus on, the safety of the roads, and when I'm elected as the next Secretary of State, you can count on me to do that.
Well, what we want to count on you to do is to see what's happening with all these speed cameras in our neighborhoods. We want to see what's happening with this excessive booting in our neighborhoods. We want to see that too.
One of my friends, her name is Niche, just Niche. And when we first had our first protest, remember Miss Jessica, we had our first Niche came? That was one of her things. Why are all these speed cameras on the south side? It's a lot. And they're in our neighborhoods, and they're clicking. I mean, even if you're going the speed limit, it's clicking, and they're taking our cars. They're taking that, but then the illegal aliens have all these cars. Then I saw Andre Vasquez trying to even get them towing, complimentary towing.
Yeah.
If anything happens, so. Just that is something that you got to see about, Miss Diane, because it's too many red light cameras on the south side and on the west side too. But in these blighted areas, our neighborhoods.
It's another way they taking our money.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, and I totally appreciate that. It was brought to my attention. I think Jessica brought that to my attention a little bit ago, and I am doing some research on that because I think, there could be two reasons for that. We know we know they're there to watch the speed. We know they're there to keep up with who's driving. Let's face it. But it could also be for safety of the road. But I think that what should be done is it should be done equally. I mean, it should be done equally. If you have them, have them in your neighborhood, they should be in other neighborhoods as well. I mean,
because other than that, then it's suggesting that reckless driving only takes place on certain parts of the city, and we know that's not true. This is what we're talking about when we're talking about the Republican Party. Stop making excuses for the things that are blatantly clear. Stop. We know for a fact that this happens on the south side and west side of Chicago. Excessive camera ticketing. We know excessive booting is happening. We have to be able to, like the Bible says, come on, Republicans, the Bible thumping Republicans. The Bible says, call that demon as it were. We have to be able to call these things out. You cannot heal a situation if you won't acknowledge it.
No, for real.
Dr. Phil says you can't change what you won't acknowledge. If the Republican Party won't acknowledge what's going on in Chicago, if they won't acknowledge what's happening in Cook County, they won't acknowledge that they are stealing our property. No excuses. When we're sitting here with Pritzker appointing public administrators that are providing false documentation to the court. We did the press conference this morning about corrupt judges. It's not a figment of our imagination. We're looking for the Republican Party to come in here and do something different. Now, if you're up for the job, meet us in Chicago. Okay? Other than that, I don't know what to tell you because our situations are real.
Yeah. Oh, well, I hear you. I know that they're real, and I have been to Chicago, and I plan to come back.
Yes. And we'll be in touch. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we have more clips because we definitely have to expose J.B. Pritzker, so I'm going to not take any time and get to the next one right now.
And then something remarkable happened. Even as other states capitulated to Donald Trump, the seemingly unstoppable force of Trump's unrestrained power met the unmovable object of Illinoisans' courage. All over the state, neighbors protected neighbors from ICE. Suburban moms blew their whistles to warn people when masked federal agents in unmarked cars came into their blocks. Parishioners formed human chains around churches so immigrants could worship. People volunteered to be rapid responders where neighborhoods were under threat. Everyday folks took out their cell phones and filmed the attacks and posted them online so the nation could see what was taking place in our cities in Illinois. Now, I created the nation's first accountability commission to gather the evidence of wrongdoing in Illinois by ICE so we can hold them criminally and civilly liable. When Trump...
I just got to pause there. All right. Did y'all hear that?
I heard that.
What do y'all think about that?
I keep telling us, think about all the policies that they're legislating to protect illegal aliens, your protection. When was the last policy or legislation that they legislated for you? Think about it. None. You haven't got anything. The high property taxes, they're taking your property. What have they did and put policies how they put together to protect you, American citizens, Chicagoans, Illinoisans? What? And
reparations.
Yeah. And what happens is when he tell you all that they did to fight ICE, all that means is no protection for you. Now, he's not going to defund his security detail. Everything that he said, we fought and we ran them up out of here. What that looks like Sheridan Gorman, another incident like that happening to you, American citizens, to your kid, your daughter, your wife being raped. Because if ICE is not here, and the police, we're understaffed police, that looks like no protection for you. Illegal aliens can come in, rape you, murder you, do all the things that they want to do, and they're protected, and you're just out there because they don't want you to have guns. They make it hard for law-abiding citizens to even have guns. So everything he just said, think about what it looks like to the average American citizens. No protection and protection for illegal aliens. That's what Chicago and Illinois look like to with defunding ICE and all that stuff he just talked about.
It's unbelievable because he said that he's going to have all this accountability for ICE. You don't have accountability for these public administrators and these Democrats that are still in here. So you got accountability for ICE, but you don't have accountability for the people that's working right there with you that you appoint. So the people that you appoint can break the law as much as they want. They can steal, they can build your empire. But when it comes to ICE, oh, you better get them. Oh, the police better look at them. Oh, you better hold them accountable. We want J.B. Pritzker to be held accountable. And the proof that he's going to be held accountable is because he's not going to make it to that November term.
Absolutely. Absolutely not.
That's what accountability really looks like.
Yeah, he's not. Like, honestly, he appoints the person that's head of the state board of elections. He's going to continue. He just said he endorsed Tony Preckwinkle.
We'll be right back.
Hugh Hewitt is pleased with the progress.
Can you imagine? And I'm sure the Iranian Navy was proud of the Iranian Navy. It's all sunk. All of it. Can you imagine what they think about this regime getting into this stupid war because the stupid mullahs wouldn't give up their uranium? They had all these wonderful ships they practiced all these years. They made all that propaganda of it. They're all sunk.
The Hugh Hewitt Show. Afternoons at 2, right before Alex Marlowe at 3 on AM 560. The Answer.
I'm Roger Stern. Across the nation, marchers have been taking part in No Kings protests. In New York, actor Robert De Niro says that when protesters shout No Kings, they mean no Trump.
There have been other presidents who have tested the constitutional limits of their power, but none have been such an existential threat to our freedoms and security. None, except Trump.
Another weekend of long lines at airports as TSA workers have yet to see the back pay ordered for them by President Trump. Fox's Madeline Rivera at Baltimore's airport.
30,000 passengers that are probably going to travel today. That's according to an airport official. So these are all the factors that are coming together right now.
Congress stalemated on TSA funding. America listening to Fox News.
The price of gold is surging to new highs. It's already topped $5,000 an ounce. The only question is, how much money will you make when gold hits $6,000 an ounce? Investors like you have made small fortunes off the run-up in precious metals, and not just with gold stocks or ETFs. Many have taken advantage of a little-known gold investment officially released by the U.S. government. Now you can too, when you get our free special report from veteran trader and investor Jim Woods. It's called Gold Wealth Boosters. This new report outlines amazing gold investments that have returned 12 to 26 times more than investing in gold bullion itself. Given the uncertainty in world markets, the investments outlined in Jim Wood's Gold Wealth Boosters report are crucial in 2026, and it's free. To get your free Gold Wealth Boosters report, log on to EagleGoldReport.com. EagleGoldReport.com. That's EagleGoldReport.com.
Town Hall News, where conservative voices cut through the noise from breaking headlines to fearless opinion. We report what matters without apology. Written by people who actually believe what you believe. Town Hall tells the stories the corporate press buries, from President Trump to Capitol Hill. From pivotal elections to your everyday lives. Join the movement at townhall.com. Real stories, real reporters, real conservative media.
A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through. At Best Dental Group, doctors Economos, Gave Alice, and their staff are ready to help you create that perfect look or maintain the one you have now. Along with general dentistry, Best Dental Group is a multidiscipline practice with an orthodontist, periodontist, and prosthetic specialists on site. They use the newest breakthroughs in dental technology such as titanium implants, Invisalign clear braces, and laser treatments. Don't let fear get in the way. They can recommend sedation to make your experience as comfortable as possible. Best Dental Group is located in historic downtown Bartlett and is a multilingual office. Call 630-830-4930, 630-830-4930, or visit bestdental.org. Best Dental Group, sharing your conservative values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
In his new movie, The Dragon's Prophecy, Dinesh D'Souza brings the new Middle East into focus with a message of perseverance, faith, and a shared global destiny.
Could the fate of the world, of humanity itself, be somehow tied to this place?
At long last, we have peace in the Middle East.
Israel and Christians are coming together in a way they have never been before, since the book of Acts.
But is this the end of Hamas and radical Islam? What does the Bible say?
We have to become fighters in the spirit for God. We don't accept what the enemy wants to do with our culture. We don't accept what he wants to do with the nation. If we keep fighting, we win.
Powerful, prophetic, a must-see movie based on Jonathan Cahn's international bestseller, The Dragon's Prophecy, combines history and scripture with faith, justice, and renewal. The Dragon's Prophecy, a new film by Dinesh D'Souza, now available on Amazon, YouTube, and iTunes.
I remember sitting in the kitchen, heartbroken, overwhelmed, staring at costs and a list of decisions. I prayed for strength and reached out to Catholic Cemeteries of Chicago, only to hear that Mom had already pre-planned everything so my siblings and I would be protected. Because she planned ahead, we weren't pulled apart by heartbreaking decisions.
Visit CatholicCemeteriesChicago.org or call 708-236-5407 to schedule a free consultation.
It's the show the mainstream media doesn't want you to know about. It's Black and Right with John Anthony.
We're back. John Anthony, shout out to John Anthony. We have Afro Elite here. We have Miss Jackson. We have Chicago Flips Red with Danny and Zoe. So shout out to everybody listening right now. We got some more stuff to do. Okay, we got a lot of exposing. This is a very important year. We have 4 dropouts, all right, over the weekend, so it doesn't reach the main news. This is why they did it over the weekend, too. They knew they were dropping out. Speaking of people who need to be dropping out, we're going to get back to a clip from J.B. Pritzker.
Tried to federalize our Illinois National Guard to disrupt our state. Our amazing Democratic Attorney General Kwame Raoul, he took them to court and he stopped Trump's military invasion of Illinois. Democrats in the General Assembly passed laws to keep ICE out of our schools and courtrooms and hospitals. And together we exposed the lies of Kristi Noem and Stephen Miller and Tom Homan and Greg Bovino. And we made the Trump administration's violence and corruption impossible for the nation to ignore.
Okay.
Narcissists.
Yes. Now, as far as people who are criminals, they don't talk about keeping police out of hospitals and all of that stuff because they're going to do their job. But when it comes to ICE, the immigrants have a sense of privilege in this state because of J.B. Pritzker. I also want to add, before we get to the next call, he's encouraging and incentivizing American citizens to impede law enforcement. When he says, oh, they're honking their horns and all that, you're impeding a federal investigation. And the consequences are going to fall on you, not on him. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. But we're going to get to Glenn. Glenn is on the line.
Hi there. Hope you're doing well. A couple things.
Ask him, is he going to take us higher?
Are you going to take us higher, Glenn? Because that's what we need. All right.
You know, I want everybody to know that the Democratic Party is the party of the KKK. And the first 23 black congressmen in Congress were all Republicans. And the Republicans, whether you're from Cook County or other counties, are all in the same paddle boat. Everybody's got a paddle, but you're not paddling together. You have to paddle together to move the boat in the right direction. And that's what you got to think about this. And if you don't believe me, then one other question, I got to ask a rhetoric question. Is everybody's quality of life in Illinois better in the last 5 years than what it was 5 years ago? Better now than what it was the last 5 years ago?
It's much worse.
Okay. So are you guys going to fight? You got to get angry and fight. And you got to paddle the boat. Everybody has to paddle in the right direction.
And then that's why we need
follow us.
That's why we need the Republican Party and the politicians to come in and do their part, because it seems like we're carrying the weight for everybody. So I agree. Everybody needs to get on board and start doing their paddling, their fair share.
Yeah, tell the Republicans
we have
to
been
grab
holding
that
the line
oar.
since 2023. Me and Ms. Jessica Jackson, we advocated to get President Trump in office. Advocated. And how we know that he knows and he's grateful, because he sent us love notes with our Chicago Flips Red hoodies on. We had just got these hoodies, and he had me, Danielle, and Miss Jessica one. So he knows what the hard work that we put in. So please give us our flowers. Please let us lead the way, because you're not going to get Illinois without Chicago Flips Red.
That's absolutely right. Everybody need to grab an oar. When you talk about we need to be paddling the same way, well, we're paddling. So we're going to encourage the Republicans to get that oar so that they can paddle too.
Absolutely. Thank you for your call, Glenn.
All right. Be well.
Yeah. The Republicans, they need to get on board. They need to get on board. Otherwise, there's nothing we can do. We're sitting up there doing the fight for them.
I don't get it. I'm homeless. And I'm holding the line, Miss Jessica.
I know.
Danielle. Y'all, you had to pay for 2 nights the other night. Danielle had to pay for 2 nights the other night. Miss Sandy. Okay, Tadora just paid for 2 nights tonight. Tadora has always been there since day one. Shout out to Tadora.
Shout out to
That's
Tadora.
a public servant.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a public servant. None of these people that have asked me, and they have real estate. They're brokers. They're real estate agents. They're homeowners. They're personal property owners. They know people that know people that know people that can get me and my mother an apartment while I'm holding the line. But I'm going to continue to hold the line, because me and Ms. Jessica and Danielle going to get it done regardless.
We got to get it done.
We all we got. But, so it's when saying the paddling, I've been paddling. I'm treading water. I'm treading water. When y'all gonna get a boat?
Well.
When y'all gonna get a boat and put me on there? I shouldn't be wanting for nothing. I'm sticking my neck out there. I'm calling the corruption out. You know how many people got shot and killed for what we're doing in Chicago alone? So yeah, I don't want to hear about all working. I mean, I've been all hands on deck. We've been on the deck. Our hands been on the deck. This ship was sinking. This ship was sinking. It was over if it wasn't for us. So give us our flowers, ask us what do we need, and support us. Or y'all will never win another election again, but we will.
That's real talk.
Chicago Flips Red.
We will be back.
Hey, remember when all those athletes competed in Milan?
Of course.
Did you hear that some of the medals were breaking and falling apart?
Yeah, that was big news.
That's why I'm officially submitting Penny Mustard's services for the Summer Games.
Your what?
The medals should be made by Penny Mustard's expert craftsmen, so they can last forever. For example, look at the Sherwood bedroom, American-made from solid wood.
With drawer bottoms strong enough to stand on.
And it features our exclusive Forever Tight bed brackets to prevent the bed from getting squeaky and wobbly over time.
It's why Penny Mustard furniture lasts for generations.
And it's why we need to make the medals.
But medals are gold, silver, and bronze.
Not anymore. Starting in 2028, athletes will compete for cherry, oak, and maple.
The Sherwood Bedroom Collection with panel bed, 8-drawer dresser, mirror, and nightstand, starting at $64.45 at Penny Mustard.
6 Chicagoland showrooms.
PennyMustard.com.
Better versions of what people want.
Penny Mustard Furnishing.
If you're over 65 and struggling with knee pain, Joint Relief Institute offers a guaranteed way to treat it. It's non-surgical and often covered by Medicare and private insurance. It's JRI's Joint Arthritis Treatment, knee lubrication placement that's so accurate, it's 100% guaranteed and can relieve your knee and shoulder pain in 10 minutes or less. Book your risk-free consultation today and get back to walking, golfing, pickleball to cycling without pain or medication. Call 708-315-6800. Meet the provider, get an x-ray and joint consultation. Why wait? JRI has treated over 30,000 Chicagoans and performed over 400,000 procedures. You could be next. Over 5,000 five-star Google reviews can't be wrong.
Stop living in pain. Call the Joint Relief Institute today, 708-315-6800, or visit jointreliefinstitute.com. Locations in Glenview, Oak Brook, and Orland Park. That's 708-315-6800 for the Joint Relief Institute. Medicare and most private insurance plans accepted.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
It's tax season, and by now, I know you're a bit tired of the numbers, but here's an important one you need to hear. $16 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud. Not all grim news. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second for your personal information and alerts you to threats that you could easily miss on your own. If your identity is stolen, LifeLock's U.S.-based restoration specialist is going to fix it. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK, 1-800-LifeLock or lifelock.com. Terms to apply.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony.
Shout out to John Anthony. Shout out to John Anthony. You have your Afro lead here. You have Miss Jackson. You have Chicago Flips Red with Danny and Zoe. And we have a caller on the line, Dan. We're going to get to Dan right now.
Yes, I'm gonna try to bring you up.
All right, I was hoping so. You already knew what we was on. Come on now.
But first, I might have to bring you down. The reason why I'm bringing you down is because it's sad. What listening to Pritzker, just like Danny said or Danielle said, he is not for the citizen. He's protecting these illegal aliens. And poor Zoe, you poor soul, you know, being homeless right now. And they gave all these illegal aliens housing and cards with money on it and food cards. And the citizen, Zoe, you're born here and they're living better than you. So that's the down part. And here's one more down part. There was an illegal alien from Venezuela in New York. He just pushed an old man, 83-year-old veteran, who just had recovered prostate cancer. 83 years old, mind you. Pushed him on the railroad tracks, and he died in the hospital.
That's horrible.
And this is what the Democrat Party is protecting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sorry I'm bringing you down, but I'm going to try to bring you up. Now, when I go to McDonald's or I go to the grocery store, you know, I meet people. You know, I'm always friendly. Hello, how are you? Well, there's some that are Democrats. You know how I get them to run from me? And they don't want to talk to me? Is because I'll say, here, take a look at this list. And it's a list of all these women that the illegal aliens brutally murdered, like Laken Riley and Sheridan Morin and Jocelyn. I forgot her last name. But anyway, I got a list of them that's in my pocket. I keep it with, and I show them. They go, no, who is that? I go, well, it's the illegal aliens victims that were these poor women were brutally murdered, and they don't want to hear it. So the thing is, why I'm going to bring you up on that one is because you just got to keep telling them the truth. This is what we're fighting against. This is what you're protecting by voting Democrat. And Danielle, you were so right what you said. Pritzker is not for the citizens. Protecting these illegal aliens. So how are we safe, like you said? We're not.
You know, it's so sad because right now, while we're in the studio, we're looking at a apartment complex. I know exactly where it is, on 65th and Stony, where residents are going to get pushed out from over there behind because of the Obama Center. And of course they'll say it's because the building has building code violations in it. Those people were allowed to sit in that building for years with these building code violations, and the city didn't do anything. And now because they want that space, they want that street because the Obama Center, now they're all ready to push those people out, just like they're trying to push me out because I live in that area. This thing is real. This is real. And I think that the problem that we're having is that there are more hands in this pot than what we know about. We're coming to this situation from the ground up. We're coming with genuine cases, with genuine situations, and we came thinking that we could get genuine help. Only to find out that we're not getting genuine help because everybody's hands is in this and everybody's hands is in that. You say that senior citizens have fear? That they're scared, that's why nah, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. You're not scared of that property tax bill in your purse? You're not scared to lose your property? You're not scared that your children are not going to have a future? You're not scared that your grandchildren are looking at economic genocide? You're just scared to what? To go into a voting booth and vote a different party? I ain't buying it. It's so many different layers to this stuff that we don't know. I'm not buying it.
It's so many elders, boomers, my mother included. They seeing it. We have a nice following of boomers from the South Side. We have a nice following of boomers from the North Side. We have a nice following of boomers from downstate. We just had a 92-year-old lady that was just on the phone with her mother. With her daughter.
Yeah.
And she says that she's listening to us. We give her hope. You see all these nursing homes all over the place. These nursing homes was not like this when you was growing up, Ms. Jackson. Did you see nursing homes? I never seen nursing homes when I was a kid like this. You had maybe senior living once in a while.
Right.
But I would never put my mother in a nursing home. Never put my mother in a nursing home. Well, I have to probably get an aide to come in because I watched my mother do that with one of our cousins. She had to move in from Queens. She had an aide, but my mother always taught us that we do not put our people in a nursing home, just like we don't leave a hospital. One person got to spend the night there. So when I'm saying that to say these elders they know nobody's loving on them. They know something's wrong. They know that property's been taken. They know that they're on fixed incomes. They know that this man is lying. They know what Chicago was and what Chicago is now. So they're ready. They just need somebody to go in there that's running for office and show them the facts. This is why your property tax is up, ma'am.
Yeah.
And give literature.
And let them see, because even with this commercial that we're looking at, this news clip, how they keep showing Obama's face as it pertains to this Obama Center. I'm going to need you to show Pritzker's face.
Right.
Yeah, because Pritzker is moving the people out from over there with his policy.
With his policies.
With his policies, with his theft, with the people that he's appointing. Now, Obama is wrong as wrong comes. Nobody is saying that he's not. But I do know this, J.B. Pritzker has a lot to do with why those people are being, right, they side by side. Both of those faces need to be on that screen. Because just like Obama, Center is the reason why they moving people out. J.B. Pritzker's policy and the people that he's appointing. It's the reason why those people are getting pushed out too. That both those faces, those crooked faces, need to be there.
Yep.
Ganu Software Incorporated seeks software developers in Schaumburg, Illinois to gather, analyze, review, design, write code, document, customize, maintain, test, and modify software and computer applications using technologies such as Java, J2EE, Golang, Apigee, Appian, Python, MuleSoft, Snowflake, DataCap, Kofax, IBM FileNet, SharePoint, VBNet, SAP, Oracle Apps, Salesforce, DataStage, Guidewire, Pega, Big Data, Hadoop, HANA, PLSQL, DB2, Oracle, SQL Server, QTP, LoadWinRunner, Selenium, OB, Cognos, Informatica, Ab Initio, PeopleSoft, SAS, MES, and other technologies. Develop data migration tools and processes for new and existing systems and set up test environment. Requires master's or bachelor's or foreign equivalent in computer science, application engineering, or any engineering, information technology systems, or any related field, and 0 to 5 years of progressive experience in the related field. The salary range is $108,077 to $153,317 per year. Mail resume to Ganu Software Incorporated, 120 West Gulf Road, Suite 100A, Schaumburg, Illinois 60195. Refer to job number SD2026.
Mike Lindell and the MyPillow employees want to thank you for your great support this past year. They want to make 2026 the best year ever. So to thank you, they are giving you free shipping on your entire order and wholesale pricing. So they are bringing back the mega sale. For example, the classic MyPillows, regularly $49.98, now only $14.98. Turn any mattress into the best mattress ever with the Made in the USA MyPillow My Mattress Topper and save up to $100. Get a set of MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets for as low as $29.98 or the 6-pack towel set for only $34.98. To get the best specials ever, go to MyPillow.com and use promo code LIBERTY or call 800-489-0201 and use promo code LIBERTY. These offers won't last long, so call 800-489-0201 or go to MyPillow.com and use promo code LIBERTY. Order now and your entire order ships absolutely free.
And now, more Black and Right with John Anthony.
Shout out to John Anthony, but it's Afro Elite right now with Miss Jackson, and then we have Chicago Flips Red with Zoe Lee and Danny C. We had a good show today. We really did. Shout out to everybody who called. Shout out to everybody who tuned in. But we're going to give our closing comments.
Well, this is Jessica Jackson. The only thing I can tell you is that we have to pay attention. We can't keep on acting like this is not going on and it's going on. We got to put on our big girl and big boy clothes and go and vote and grow ourselves up accordingly. This has to stop. We can't keep falling for the corruptness of a J.B. Pritzker and allow him to see that seat again. We need a hardcore, good Republican candidate. And if you all can't rise to the occasion, we're going to do it for you, because we're not going to keep on suffering and getting our property stolen like this while everybody turns their head. That's all I got to say about it.
Yeah, this is Zoe Lee. I think that we should have our own show, y'all. Okay, I'm just throwing that out there. But anyway, because they need the information. They need the information. They need it. Is 4 different mindsets, you know. And it's important. And this is our future. This is James' future, Afro Elite future. Yeah. You know, and that's why I stay in it. My godson is 21. You know, and he went to Corliss. That was one of them schools on that. Yeah, like, and he went to the service. He knew, like, yeah, I'm going to go to the service because COVID messed him up. So we gotta get in community, like. Y'all got to get in community. Dick Gregory says, you know, if we get more in community, if we would be more like the Jews, more like the Asians, more like every other that can get into community, we could do the same. Our communities should not look like how they look, and they're like that because of the poor representation that we've had for so long, and we have became complicit. We cannot be like that. We do not have to live like this, and we aren't going to live like this. Republicans, y'all have to step up. Everybody that's running for this midterm and general election, you should be in Chicago all the time. Jane Byrne slept in Cabrini Green. Okay, they say that's her claim to fame. Yeah, except she went Cabrini Green. So if she can go into Cabrini Green, then I'm pretty sure that y'all can go to Auburn Grisham, Englewood, South Shore. Yeah.
Yep. And they need to.
And they need to. So they can get a dose of reality.
Yeah. And I'm Danny C. Guys, just look around. Go outside and look in your communities. Ask yourself, what has gotten better? Has it gotten better or significantly worse? Look at your community. And when you ask that, just say, these people are in office now. Right now. Pritzker been in office years. Everything he's talking about he's going to do, why haven't he done it already? He's made everything worse. We're calling on President Trump to come in and audit these the voter rolls. And we need these mail-in ballots. We need voters ID, and we need these Dominion machines to be up out of here. We need voters' integrity so we can make sure that when we do vote, our vote count, and they can't steal this election. So we are calling on President Trump to please come in and help us with this.
Yeah, we need all hands on deck, okay? All of the pushing and all of that we can do, but the thing is that there is the Republicans' responsibility to make sure all of that gets done. It's not ours, all right? So thank you all for this. Shout out to John Anthony. Shout out to everybody listening.
Thank you, John Anthony.
Thank you, John.
And I want to close with this.
How you feel, brother? Feeling good. You feel good? Play so much bone, brother. How you feel, man? I feel all right. I call your name. I don't want no people to know you're in here. How you feel, fella? Hey, Jam! Sure getting down. Look at him.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a fun, good time.
I hope you all had fun. We did. It was tight, but it was right. It was tight, but it was right. Let's go.
Hey, it's Scott Tucker and my new co-host,
Amy Jacobson,
on AM 560. We wanted you to know that we have a special show every Sunday morning at 7 a.m. here on AM 560, The Answer. It is Retirement Dakota with Scott Tucker.